Good morning. It is Thursday. We are excited about today. It's 8:48. It's about to be 8:49. We want to hear from you. What are you doing today? Share this video out. Let us know what you have going on. We have a ton of awesome guests coming in today. Curt, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. It's our 1-year anniversary of the Taco Piñata. Today, the taco idea was born.
Well, the Taco Piñata is currently hanging out on a iPad stand that is acting as a camera stand.
Yes.
And the piñata has served its purpose, and it continues to be awesome. So if you're a fan of tacos, let us know. Maybe put a taco emoji in the comments and let us know where you getting tacos on this Thursday. It's Taco Thursday, right?
It's taco every day.
Have you seen any of those videos of LeBron James going like, it's Taco Tuesday? Have you seen any of that?
Yes, I love those videos. I love anything to do with tacos. You know, somebody said the other day, I was listening on the radio, and they said, yeah, and then every day that ends in W. And I was like, wait.
Why?
Every day that ends in W? Like, it just got my mind thinking, then go, oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. It's every day that ends in Y. I was like, wow, way to get me thinking about what day ends in W, and then you do that to me.
I don't want to think.
And so I was like, man, we should do that too. Like, you know, tacos should be every day that ends in W, and be like, wait, I'm sorry, every day that ends in Y.
Every day that ends in Y. And that is every day. Sunday through Sunday. They all end in Y. You're cracking yourself up over there.
I'm sorry.
Fun stuff. So it's Thursday. Hey, good morning, everybody tuning in. I see you, Nate Slater. What's up, sir? We got about 30 seconds, and we're going to go on the FM. We have an action-packed show. There's a ton of stuff that's coming up. Hey, tomorrow I'm excited because in the morning, it's Friday, right?
Right. First of all,
starting the weekend. First things first. We're going to be at Bay Area Raceway. Also going to drop the second edition of In the Den, which I'm pumped about. It looks good. It feels good. Man, I'm excited about that video dropping.
In the Den, KHEA radio.
Bom.
It works.
Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It is Thursday morning. Good morning to you. If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this video out. Hit a react. Let us know what you have going on. If you're listening on 99.5 FM, you're awesome. Curt, how else can somebody listen to Kickstart and KHEA Radio?
Well, the best way is on our FM station as well, 99.5 FM. Go ahead and program that into your phone, into your car. You know, yesterday I got my car back. I was a little concerned, you know, because they updated the alternator. They took the battery out, you know, so everything got basically reset.
Was it like a new car? You got in and you're like, oh, it has that new car smell.
No, I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, I spent over $1,000. At least they could do was vacuum, you know. Like,
you would think, right?
Right, but no vacuuming was done on it. But I was kind of like concerned. I was like, all my programming is going to be gone. But luckily, still number 6, 99.5 FM. Still number 6 on the dial. I know where to hit the button, so I can always tune to 99.5 FM.
But number 1 in your heart, right?
Number 1 in my heart, yes. But number 6 on my car dial, just because I know where it's at. If I change it, I might get confused and like be like, where is it?
So they didn't vacuum your car?
No.
Did they add more trash?
Yes.
No, they did not.
No, they didn't even take out the trash. I was like, there's trash sitting in the front. Like, I put my my trash can is the passenger side.
The floorboard, of course.
Floorboard,
yeah,
right?
They empty the trash?
No. Like, come on. No, they did a great job. They did a fantastic job fixing the vehicle. The alternator's replaced. Batteries in there. Let's go.
You need an alternator.
You know, I was thinking today, I didn't know that this was an alternator issue, and I wish I would have known that because I would have fixed it before.
There were signs like leading up to all this?
There were a little bit of signs. First of all, when I would turn on my right blinker.
Your blinker fluid was low?
No, my radio and my like light board would go dark. Okay, because I did it today, and I was expecting to like look down at my radio and like see it like dim out, and it didn't dim out. So that should have been the first sign. The second sign was that there was a battery button light that came on earlier in the day. You know, like I should have been like, man, I should go check this out, you know?
Yeah.
Instead, I got stranded on the middle of I-45.
Are you the kind of person who has like tape in your pocket and you're like, oh, there's a new light on, and you just like unroll the tape and kind of stick it over and they'll be like, Fixed it. You know, it's done. I took care of that one. Whew.
They did say, so my airbag light is on, so my airbags probably aren't going to work.
He's like, I don't need it.
So that's what they said yesterday. They go, you can still pass your inspection with that light on. And I'm like, okay, I don't need to worry about it.
So what happens? Like the airbag light comes on, does the airbag just disintegrate? It's just like the airbag's like, nope. And just like disappearing.
It's not gonna like, I guess, go off if I'm in an accident, which I'm okay with. I don't want.
How do airbags even work? Is there a spring in there and it gets rusty or something? It's like, well, the spring is too rusty. It's not going to go boing, boing and bounce it out.
I don't know. They said something about like the mechanics inside the steering wheel, and I was just like, that sounds really expensive, and I'm not going to do it.
Hey, here's a comment on our Facebook stream. Hey, my trash can is also a big passenger side floorboards, Kurt. You're not alone.
See, that's what I do. I think you know why? Because I always pull up on the right-hand side of the trash can at my apartment complex, so then I can get out, open the door, and all the trash is in one spot, and I just go.
Yeah, I don't like that being the trash can, because if I'm in your car, that's where I sit. And that means that I have trash piled to my knees. And I just like get ketchup packets on my legs, mayonnaise, like all kinds of weird stuff that I'm just not down with.
It's not that high up. I've seen a lot worse than my vehicle.
Like your old vehicle? What are you talking about?
Yeah, when you open it up and the trash like falls down and you're like, I'm sorry.
You're like, whoops, but you're trying to knock it out. That's called littering, and y'all should not do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Always try and take care of your stuff.
Man, people who litter need to, stop.
Just stop doing it.
Stop.
You know, someone's picking it up. We need to take care of everything that we have. You know, we partner, and we've had the people from Keep Lamarck Beautiful, like the commission in, and they gave us Business Window of the Month, which we have some news. Like there may be some upgrades going on in studio, which I'm excited. So we need to have like the Chamber of Commerce come out, and they can do a ribbon cutting for our new window. And
that would be hilarious.
Not for anything else.
Yeah, new window. We'll pay for entry into the Lamarck, Texas City Chamber of Commerce just for the window. Like the window is a member.
That's what's up. Hey, if you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this out. Kurt's car is back in working condition. It can drive. And apparently you got stranded on the side of the road.
Right.
What day was that?
That was Saturday.
Has anybody else ever been in that situation? Have you been in that situation before? I don't think I have been stranded on the side of the road, but I was close to my house. And so I was close enough to like push my car to like the gas station and then be like, I'm either walking home or getting a ride.
I had that happen when I was in college. I was driving in the middle of the night. It was like midnight, and I got stranded on the side of the road. Like I ran out of gas.
In the middle of the night?
In the middle of the night.
Okay.
There was snow on the ground. I remember in Nebraska there was snow on the ground, and I had to walk to the nearest gas station.
I understand things happen.
Right.
You know, maybe you're on a road trip, you misjudge, but as an adult, running out of gas in the snow at night, how do you let that happen?
Because I was in a rush. And then when I realized, I was like, okay, I'll stop at the next exit, which was where that gas station was, but I didn't make it to the next exit.
I got you.
Yeah, you should always. This was what my dad would always say, and I don't follow that rule still to this day. But he's like, you always should fill up, like never let your gas tank go lower than half. I let mine run down to empty as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't like being close to empty, but if I'm going to stop and get gas, I remember being younger and like even 16, 21, whatever, I'm just like, well, I got how much money's in my pocket? You know, I need to get all that money. But now, you know, thankfully I'm in a position where I can I can just fill up, you know, my gas tank to make sure I'm good to go, even if I'm at half or a quarter, just make sure it's all the way filled up.
I think the hardest part for me is I can feel when I'm pumping that gas, like
money,
the money, it's like
just draining out of you.
Ching, 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 and I'm like, man, come on.
There's a movie where people pay in currency, like with their life. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Is that what it feels like?
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake's in
Isn't it right? I can't think of the name of the movie.
Do you feel like that when you're pumping gas? You're like, oh my goodness, I feel this running out of me. I could spend this on cheese.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I was thinking, you know, with the car issue, I'm grateful for what the organization was able to do to my vehicle. But it was like, man, imagine what I could spend that money on. Like I could go buy another Ronin S, you know, I could go buy camera gear, but I have to have a vehicle, you know?
Yes, you do. Why don't you just have a drone and use that as your mode, your like transportation?
Oh,
just like hang on to it.
Hang on.
One hand, and then you're driving with the other. Do you think it'll ever get to that point?
That we're taking, like the Jetsons?
Yeah, because think about it. They're
George Jetson.
There's like packages they're delivering with drones, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff. Can you imagine if you have a harness and you hook it to yourself, and then that's like your mode of transportation? Like, how far away are we from that?
I can just see like the government like, whoo, I can't wait for those regulations.
Oh, well, there will 100% have to be regulations. It sounds kind of dangerous, but you never know. As technology advances, it may be a very good way to get around.
I can see the ad now. How many lives must we lose until we have control over the air?
Well,
bum, bum, bum.
Hopefully none. Hopefully none. And I think it'd be cool. Would you try it?
I would give it a go.
Like I'm going to volunteer you to like the drone companies and be like, I have a friend. He's willing to try it.
Put the GoPro on me, facing back in my face as I'm like taking off. You know, it's almost like flying in a little airplane in a way.
A very, very little airplane.
Very little airplane.
Yes.
Which I did on Saturday. It was awesome. I enjoy it. I enjoy being up in the air like that.
Okay.
But I always wonder this.
I'll make some calls.
I always wonder this. You know when you watch like movies and stuff and you're in an airplane and they kick you like, or like the door like kicks open or something and then like everyone just like fall, like it creates this suction and everything comes out of it, you know?
Because you're in an airplane with the door open.
Yeah. Like how is that possible? Like how can you jump out of an airplane and have that door open?
I think they're higher, and I also think that they don't pressurize the plane. You know, whenever you get onto, and I was just on an airplane the other day, you get on the airplane and all of a sudden you're still on the ground, like you're on the runway, and you feel like everything starts to tighten. Like my ears will get a little tight because I can feel them like they're pressurizing the cabin, or they're doing something in there with the air to make sure that it's in the best running way that, I don't know, however they do it. But
I always feel dehydrated. Don't you? Like I feel like, you know, they give you those little
cups of water
or like soda or something. I feel like I just down it and I'm like, are you coming back for a refill? You know, they only come by once.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sitting there like sucking on the ice cubes.
It's a tiny cup. The cup is this big, and then they fill it with ice cubes. That's why. You're going to be thirsty, and soda always makes you more thirsty. That's like one of the effects.
But I'm sitting there. Anyways, the worst experience that I've had in a plane, like when you can feel the pressure, was when I flew in a jet. They were doing some like stunts and stuff like that, so I got a chance to go into the jet and actually fly with a real pilot. And they flew up, and then they dumped down, and it was like all of these G's, this G-force pushing on my body, and it was a crazy feeling. They said it was like 8 G's pushing on your body.
I can't wait for that cell phone coverage. 8G, LTE. It's not
8G, LTE.
It's 9:01. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 o'clock. We have a packed show today. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. This is your new morning routine. We appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us every weekday, 8:30 to 11. We have a ton of guests come in. We talk about positive things going on in the community, and that's what we want to do. That's what we want to spread, some positivity. There's too much negativity out there, Kurt. Don't you agree?
I agree. I feel like if you're coming in, okay, so let's stay on the subject of the car that we were on. You know, I had a blessing that took place where somebody was able to bless and help pay for some of that, right? And in the back of my head, I walked in and I'm like, man, I'm out X amount of money, right? Like I'm out that money. But then I started to think like, man, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been triple that, you know, but people stepped forward and helped with some blessings. And I was like, okay, I'm going to count it all joy. I'm going to look at the blessing piece instead of the negative piece of, oh, I had to give this amount of money. Like, look, hey, it could have been a lot worse, but it's not.
Sure. When I dropped you off, I could sense that negativity flowing and steaming from your ears and your body and your eyes as you were kind of cranky. And I was like, is this the correct door? You're like, take it back there. And I said, okay. So I dropped you off, and I was like, hey, are you good to go? Like, do you need me here? Do I need to walk in with you? Do you want me to haggle them? Like, what's going on? You're like, you can get out of here. And I said, all right, I'm leaving. Okay. I'm sorry, Kurt. You know, here's your ride.
It's hard when you have to give that money away. You know, it is. It can be for some people.
You're not giving it away. You're paying for a service. They fixed your car.
I realize that.
They fixed it. It was not working at all. It's not like you're giving it away. Your car works.
I realize that.
Your car works
now. But that's the hard part. That's it's for some people, no matter what you're doing, it's like, okay, like I had to spend $700 for my mortgage, like that's hard for some people to be like,
so you go to Subway to eat and you spend, $5.99 and you're mad. They're like, okay, that's my sandwich. They're like $6 and 23 cents. You're like, what? Are you kidding me?
There is sometimes when I like go to like a gas station or something and they charge like $8 for something that cost me like $3 at the grocery store, and I'm like,
then go to the grocery store. Then go to the grocery store.
I know. In the future, I will.
Apparently, they have a lot of the same things, and sometimes even more at the grocery store. But
man,
it depends on it's a supply and demand thing, right?
Right.
The gas station sells eggs. They sell milk. But it may be a little bit more expensive, but they're closer to your house. So is it worth it for you to go to the grocery store or to stop at the gas station on the way home? Because, hey, I'm already on the way home. It's the middle of the night. I need milk. I'm picking it up, and I'm going, 200 feet to my house.
See, look at the positives. Like, hey, I could have been hungry and not had anything, but instead I had an opportunity to go to the gas station. I think, people get upset with me a lot when I'm like, hey, let's be positive about things. Let's show some positive light.
Who gets upset at you?
Some people who just want to live in negativity.
Who is it?
There's people.
I need names.
Sherry says that's
Sherry?
No, Sherry's not one of them. But let me read Sherry's comment because it's true. She said that's how cancer was for me. You were out a lot of money, but a lot of people stepped up to help. And I think, as well, like, hey, look at the positives, like you got to find those positive situations when you can.
It's 9:05. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about an event that's coming up, how you can protect yourself, protect your family, whether you're at home, business, wherever you're at. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5. Coming up next is Tosh Layton. All right.
Man, that's a good song.
Oh, this?
You need me.
So, Leon, you should always look at the blessings. Last year, I burned my leg, broke my phone, et cetera, all in the same day. I literally look at the positive side at all times. When my car was stolen, just looked on the bright side. Took a few months, and now I got another brand new car with no payments. Hey, that's what's up. That's really cool. I remember when your car got stolen, and I thought you were a little like, I was like, man, you know what? I'm not going to lie. If my car got stolen, it would be really hard to be positive. And I thought that you were very positive in that whole situation. Like, it's okay. Like everything will work itself out. And it did. So, hey, no car payment is better than a car payment. That's for sure. So, even if something bad happened, you can usually find the good in any situation, or at least look at it as a learning experience. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and sometimes things happen and you don't deserve it at all. But even if you do deserve it, I don't know. You can always find something positive and look at the bright side. There's a lot of people that you meet, and they may look at the cup half full, but it's a little perspective switch, and it's something that I think everybody, even if you try and find the bright side, you need to work at it continually, because it's not something naturally that everybody's born with. Looking at, hey, this is something good that came out of a bad situation. This is something positive that came out of something very negative. Right now it's 9:07. We're going to be talking to a gentleman that we have had in before. Last time that he was in, we were talking about his son and how they were collecting some items to send to a naval ship. And here we go. Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Good to see you again. Kurt, how you doing?
Good.
You sure?
I'm doing good. He's got a taser, so I'm kind of a little concerned.
Flashing back?
Flashbacks to when I got No, wait, I never did.
You always got to pay the piper. He always comes. Today's your good tasing. You can get you a tasing.
No. Please no. Please no. Alan, what's up?
How y'all doing?
Good.
Doing good.
This is the first time you've been in here with a police outfit, though. Like the
Yeah.
badge and everything. Can I see the badge?
I'm in official capacity today.
Can I see the badge? Like, I just want to hold it.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you can handle that, Kurt.
Oh, my. Like, I've always wanted to see. My grandpa used to have one, but I've, like, as a little kid, you look up to those things. And so, like, as an adult, I've never held one of these before. It's heavy.
So here's a comment.
Look,
this
feel
is from
it.
one of our friends. She said, "Hey, that you look like the gentleman who pulled her over. Is that a possibility? No, that's not what you're doing, right? That's
No.
He's the PIO, so he does all of the public information and everything else, right?
Yes, I'm also the training coordinator.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right. So what is it? Being the training coordinator, what does that entail? Are you training the officers or the public or both?
We're going to be training both. Right now, we focus mainly on police officers, first responders. We do a lot of in-service training, a lot of classes. I'm personally an instructor at a couple of the colleges here and teach the police cadets as well. But we're going to transition. We're going to be transitioning over this year, and we're going to host a class for the citizens. And it's a very important class, in my opinion. I want to get the word out that this class is going to be hosted. And I think the citizens really need this course, and they need the exposure of this course.
Okay. And this course is specifically dealing with, if I understand correctly, is it an active shooter situation? Is that correct?
Correct.
And can you kind of, I guess, explain what does that mean if nobody knows what that means?
We've spent thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours of training to train first responders on how to respond to an active shooter. This was obvious during the Santa Fe tragedy on how our officers responded from throughout the county, throughout the region, to deal with that situation. So at Texas City, we talked about it, and now we want to transition over and train some of the citizens. We know what our responsibilities are. We know what our goals are as first responders, to get in there and to save as many as we possibly can and stop what's going on. We want to train the citizens on how they can help us do that.
Okay.
In the event, which we hope never happens, that they are caught in that situation.
Okay. And we have some questions that are coming in as well. We have about 37 seconds, and we're going to go on the FM. If you have any questions, feel free to keep asking. Also, share this video out. We want to spread this information about this training course and how you can get involved and continue to learn.
Are we going on the FM in about 20 seconds? Okay, cool, because there's a bunch of questions that I have as well that can hopefully help in a situation like this, because I think it's about the positives and trying to find a way to make sure that everybody is safe.
Yeah. So we got 8 seconds. I won't even try and say anything else. Here we go. I'm home again. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 9:11 a.m. on a Thursday, and it's such a nice day outside. You know, yesterday, it was like 74 degrees in the morning. Felt like it was fall in a taco festival in Lamarck, Texas on October 12th. From 9 to 3. So it was a good day, but today kind of feels a little bit of the same.
Yeah, we got a lot to do today. We're gonna be talking about an active shooter situation here in a little bit. We're gonna be talking to Pho 17, which is a Vietnamese restaurant that does pho. And then we're also going to be talking to Miss Houston later on as well. So we got a packed show for y'all. Make sure that you stay tuned. Share this video out if you're watching on Facebook. If you are listening at 99.5 FM, call a friend, text them, tell them to tune in and listen along with you.
So we have our first guest, and welcome back. You've been here before, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you introduce yourself and then say the role that you serve in our community?
My name is Alan Berkey. I'm a police officer with the City of Texas City Police Department. I'm the training coordinator and the PIO for the department.
Okay, and Curt had mentioned to me there's an event taking place, and we talked about it a little bit off the FM. What is that event, and when is it taking place?
We're going to be hosting an actual training seminar for the public. This is a free seminar. It's a free course. It will be on September 24th. It will be from 6:30 p.m. till 9 p.m. It is open to the public. It will be at the Charles T. Doyle Convention Center in Texas City. We are asking people to register online. The registration is to make sure we have enough seats. I have booked the entire convention center, so we have 800 seats to fill. I want to fill 800 seats.
Okay, and this is going to be training for citizens to know what to do, how to respond if there's an active shooter situation.
Correct. We know our roles. We train relentlessly, countless number of hours on how to respond to these incidents. Now we want to turn it and start training the citizens on how they can help us respond to these situations.
So it's going to be working together. Like if police officers, they're trained one way, citizens are kind of trained and to know how to be able to assist and not get in the way and act like a hero, or like what should a citizen do?
We're going to train them on how to help us get to them and how to become an active participant in their survival. A lot of people, when they get in these situations, they are very stressful. They are very traumatic. They don't know how to respond. They may respond differently when they see a police officer actually pull up. We are going to be carrying, of course, our weapons to neutralize whatever situation is taking place. We want them to respond accordingly so as to help us instead of hinder us and let us get the situation taken care of.
You know, one of the things that we've done, we've worked with the Arms Room and the Arms Room Academy, which is located right here in Lake City. They're one of the partners here at KHEA Radio, and they talk about safety in different ways. And you and I have both, Gardy, have done those trainings with the Sharpie, where like maybe somebody's coming at you, and how do you respond and how do you react? Is that something that somebody who is in this situation, do you recommend something like that, some sort of training to help protect them?
Every situation that they're going to come into is different depending on what the circumstances are. Don't like really talking too much about how to handle a specific situation without knowing every angle that may be taking place. Knowing how to defend yourself is always a plus. We always want to encourage that. Self-defense is always a key. Our main focus on this is not just knowing how to defend yourself, but knowing how to help us. How can you help us get this situation under control as quick as possible and save as many lives as we possibly can?
Alan, you were talking to me about how, in the past, it's usually police officers, and I see Sherry, too, I think said something about she does active shooter classes every year as an ER nurse. Why did that decision to make this a public event kind of come about?
We had a lot of Texas City officers respond to the Santa Fe tragedy, including myself. And what I've noticed is a lot of the officers knew exactly what to do. We knew what our training was. And I was really surprised. A lot of the students that I had interaction with knew what to do as well. And I thought to myself, would the general public know in an office building, in a hospital, in a library, would they know how to handle the situation to help us help them? So speaking with friends and family, I asked their opinion on it, and they said that, well, we know because what you've told us, but the general public may not know these things. So let's get it out there. I've partnered with a company called U.S. and Texas Law Shield. They're going to be coming down, and they're going to be putting the actual presentation on for me. Wow. They have done this presentation before, and as the flyer says, basically what they want to do is learn how to be an active participant in your own rescue through teamwork with first responders. That's their slogan, how to make the public an active participant through teamwork with us.
Last year we had an event here at Abundant Life where there were some some people who had been in security their entire lives, Secret Service, police officers, and it was specifically focusing on buildings like this or like college campuses, how to make sure that your building is secure, things to look for if you're an audience member or maybe you're, a security on staff somewhere. And it was really eye-opening, and it was great training. I think, those are things that everybody should participate in, whether you work at a church, a hospital, a school, you work anywhere.
One of the things that I picked up from that training that I thought was like interesting was it wasn't just about like someone who's coming in to, cause harm to people, but even to disrupt what you're trying to do, because they showed examples of like preachers, where people would show up and demonstrate against preachers because of something that they said or did. And how does a congregation respond in those situations that doesn't disrupt kind of the everyday flow of what you're trying to accomplish?
Mm-hmm. And part of this company, part of what they do is they put on several different classes, and what the classes entail, they have a class actually designed for a church setting and the clergy, and it teaches them what to do if somebody comes in during an actual service, during one of their actual one of their events, and starts doing that. When I was speaking to the director that I talked to, I asked her, I said, well, okay, that's outstanding. I want to do that. I said, what else can we do? She said, well, we have one for the public as well. And she said, we don't, if we had a large venue, we could put them together and do it as one large event. I said, well, we have a convention center. Called up the reservation staff. They said, by all means, let's do it. So now we have a convention center, 800 seats. We're going to combine to tell you not just in a workplace setting, but if you're at an amusement park, if you're at home, if you're at church, how to respond and how to react in any situation, just about if you're faced with this type of violence.
There's some comments that are coming in. This is from one of our friends who has an interest and is pursuing a law enforcement career. Said, so a question: What if we teach the wrong citizen? I'm not sure what is being taught at these classes, but is that something I'm sure y'all take into account?
Yes, we do. We understand that we can't always weed out everybody, but we would rather go ahead and teach the masses, everybody, the same thing. If we have somebody that gets into one of these type of situations, they're not being taught tactics. They're not being taught how to go in, how we do it as police officers. They're being taught what we want you to do. And I don't think that even if they come in and they make it into this situation or make it into this event, they're going to go away with anything that's going to give them any advantage over us or over the citizens we're trying to protect. Okay.
And then here's another question. This isn't, it's a specific situation. It said, if someone was to break into your home, what do you do? How do you protect yourself against someone?
That's a case-by-case basis there. It depends on the circumstances. Most people have small children. You're going to do what you have to do to protect your home, protect your family, protect your kids. We can't really get into specifics as far as what to do on each situation without knowing every possible angle. And when you do that, you can what if these kind of things, all day long. What if this, what if that? Our main thing is I've always preached to my kids. I have 4 kids, grandkids, and they have alarm systems on their houses. They have, we have a couple large dogs, so do my daughters. So do what you have to do to protect your house, protect your family, without getting into a whole lot of the tactics or use of force issues.
So walk us through kind of one more time. When is the event? Where is the event taking place? And is there how can people go to it and be a part of it?
We're going to be at September 24th of this year. It's going to start at 6:30 to 9 p.m. It's going to be at the Charles T. Doyle Convention Center, which is located at 2010 5th Avenue North in Texas City. Large convention center on 21st Street. You can't miss it. We will have booths set up for our Citizens Police Academy. We'll have booths set up for our Explorer program if they want to be involved in these type of organizations as well. We are going to have refreshments. Won't be any food, but we will have plenty of drinks there for everybody. I'm expecting it to be a very large event with a lot of people to show up. So if you can register, that would be good. There is an actual, this link, the flyer in my hand is on our website for Texas City Police Department. It's on the website for the Texas City Law Enforcement Training Academy, which is what I'm in charge of, which is within the police department. We're going to be sharing it with our Emergency Operations Center. They're going to have it on their website as well as the city website. The link to go in to register for this is on there, and it is free. We are not charging for this event. I was looking on social media last night, and I saw somebody trying to say they had tickets for this event for sale. Yeah. There are no tickets. We're just asking you to register so we have a ballpark number so we make sure we have enough refreshments and enough chairs put out. The chairs I'm not worried about. I want to make sure I have enough drinks for everybody to actually get something to drink.
So ages, walks of life, who is ideal to come to this course and training?
Anybody and everybody. I don't care if you're from Texas City, Lamarck, Galveston, Hitchcock, Santa Fe, Tiki Island. I don't care if you're 16 years old or if you're 90 years old. Come to the event. There's one thing it doesn't matter how young you are or how old you are, you can never learn too much. So you're always going to be learning something, and I think this is something that anybody from a school-age child to a older, more mature person, they could take something away from this event.
We talk to a lot of people that do, some amazing things, but, we talk to MMA fighters. We talk and have friends at the arms room, people that do like self-defense training. One of the things that they had shared with us is if you've never been in a situation, if you've never trained, you can kind of, your brain can kind of go blank and you freeze up. But if you have some training, your brain will kind of like go through and be like, oh, I did this before, and kind of pull from that, and your instincts will kind of kick in. Is that true for this kind of active shooter training?
That is very true. I've been a police officer for 23 years. I've been a member of a SWAT team. I've done numerous tactical operations. I've trained hundreds of hours. And when I saw the events that took place in Santa Fe, and I personally seen how the officers responded, I realized the training does kick in. Muscle memory does kick in. Knowing what to do, hearing about it, knowing how to react will kick in. If you've never been faced with the situation, I think it was Muhammad Ali said it, that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And when you get punched in the face, that plan may go out the window if you don't have the training to back it up. So we want to train everybody on how to react, how to help us with their reactions is our main focus.
Right now it's 9:24. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this video out. If you're listening on your car stereo, you're listening from the KHEA radio app, call, text a friend, tell them, hey, download the app. Listen to this. There's an event. We need to go. Take the entire family, grandma, friends, family, coworkers. Everybody needs to be there so you can learn. You know, you should never stop learning, and this is something that you need to be prepared.
You know, one of the things that I would like to know is kind of, can you? I'm sure you can't give away all of the things that are going to be talked about, but for someone who's tuning in, you know, can you give a little nugget or two about kind of what they can do in a situation? You know, whether it is a shooter or if it's a different situation, you know, what can we do to help police officers and help first responders?
A lot of what we've been teaching the general public about these type of situations is there's three things: run, hide, fight. If you can, in a situation like this, try to run away. Get away from the situation as fast as you can, as far as you can safely. If you cannot run, if you're boxed in, hide. Go ahead and hide. Get in a good spot to hide in. Don't box yourself in. Don't make it to where you can't escape, but try to hide. When you hide, you must be prepared to fight. You may be well hidden, but it may come a time when you have to fight for your survival. So with those three things in mind, we're going to explain to them run, hide, fight, are going to be what we try to really emphasize on this. When you do encounter a law enforcement officer or a first responder, how you're going to react to us. Our main thing we want you to do is let us see your hands. Let us know you're not the threat. These things come in so quick, and we can get so many different descriptions of who we're looking for that we need to make sure that everybody we come across is not a threat. That I cannot stress that enough. You are a victim. We're going to treat you as a victim, but help us by letting us see your hands, making yourself non-combative. We will get you out of there. We will protect you, but we got to make sure that we're protecting the right people.
Can you share the difference between the training in those situations with an officer, I guess, like clearing the room, and as far as like a civilian, like how is that training, different?
With us, we train our officers. When you come to work for Texas City, when I teach you at the police academy, we train relentlessly on what to do when you enter these rooms, because as you said, your mind is going 90,000 miles a minute. You have so many things you have to look out for. Plus, you have to watch your partner's back, watch your back. When a civilian gets in these situations, our main thing is we want to train you on how to respond to protect yourself, but also how to respond so we know that, once again, you're not the threat. You're not the person we're looking for. Because when these situations unfold, we're getting so much information, and out of all the information, people are giving us this information and they're stressed out. They're in a situation that they're not prepared for. We may get three different descriptions of three different people. So when we train the citizens, we want them to know that, yes, be an active participant in your survival and helping us recover you. But on the same token, let us come in and do our job. We will get to you. We will get you out.
Yeah, so whenever an officer comes in, they're assessing the situation. We're making sure we let them know, hey, we're not the threat. And maybe, do you volunteer information? I'm sure a lot of people will be like shouting, hey, this way, that way, this, and just like wait till you're asked, or.
No, if you know who it is, you know what the situation is, you know what the circumstances are, let us know. We're going to be, we're all monitoring the same radio channels when these things happen. We can communicate with each other. It doesn't matter if I'm in this room or somebody's a block down the road. I can still let them know who it is. If you have information, let us know. Intel is always the most important thing for us. On the same token, we want to make sure we get out the right intel. If you don't know, Don't say I think. If you know, you know. If you don't, let us figure out who actually has seen this person, people, if there is multiple people, what the circumstances are, so we can go and address that situation while protecting you at the same time.
There's a lot that's going on, in our communities, and, the Texas City Police Department is, doing a lot of good for the community as well. Can you kind of talk about kind of what you guys are doing to give back to the community and kind of be a part of the community?
We host events all the time. We have a very active Citizens Police Academy, CPA. Anybody that wishes to join that can contact the police department. They will get to see firsthand how we operate, how we do our business. We do Toys for Tots drives. We do Christmas drives. We do a lot of different events throughout the community. We have an Explorer program where the children can come in and actually train with us, and they get to go out and actually be a part of different events like this. We do a lot of things to give back to the community as far as not just the training, but letting them see how our operation, how we operate on a day-by-day basis.
So we're talking about a training session that is for active shooters. It's terrible but that's the reality that we live in. Are there things that we can do as citizens to look for, signs that maybe we can even help prevent or give information? And what are those things that we should look for?
I have 3 daughters, and I tell my daughters and my son to always be aware of their surroundings. Always know who's around you. Don't get tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is something that is so easy just to break the habit of. To always know who's around you, what's going on, and I can't stress that enough. Just if you see something that you think does not look right, but you're thinking in the back of your mind, well, I don't want to bother them. You're not bothering us. That's what we're here to do. It doesn't matter what the circumstance. We're going to go out. We're going to investigate whatever it is you think that you've seen or a situation you feel might not be right. And if it's not, it's not. But if it is, maybe you may prevent something.
Yeah.
We've had people prevent some pretty tragic crimes from happening just by them being diligent and looking at something and saying, this just doesn't seem right.
I think what's tough about that is people don't want to profile, whether that is, racially profiling or just profiling from a situation where it's like, hey, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Why are you, and then the cops come and talk and it turns into a hostile situation, which may have been innocent. So there has to be some kind of a very delicate balance when it comes to being an officer in every situation, but specifically even one where you're like, hey, I got a call, I need to go check up on it. It could be something, it could be nothing. You just never know.
And some people are a little sensitive about those situations, but they have to understand we're not there trying to infringe upon their rights. We're not there to infringe upon any of their constitutional civil rights, anything. We're there to do a job. This is a job. That's all we're doing. And if just help us do our job, and we'll figure it out real quick that, hey, this isn't what that we thought it was. We'll go back to doing our job somewhere else. But we have a job to do, and if we get caught about something, we're going to investigate it to the best of our abilities. If nothing's happened, nothing's happening. It happens all the time. Most of the calls we get are unfounded, but the ones that are founded, sometimes they can prevent something very tragic from happening.
Right now it's 9:31. This is KHEA Radio.com 99.5 FM. We're talking about this event, and we have Texas City Police Department in studio right now. Can you share one more time? And then you may have to take off when we're out of time. But the event, when is it? Who's invited? And what kind of training is going on?
The event is Surviving an Active Shooter. The Texas City Police Department will be hosting this event on September 24th from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. The actual speakers are going to be Texas and U.S. Law Shield. We are going to be hosting this event. This is a free event. If you see anything on social media that says that they're selling tickets to this event, that is a hoax. We are not charging for this event. Anybody and everybody is invited. I don't care what city you live in, Galveston County, Galveston, Hitchcock. I've said it. Anybody's invited. It's open to the general public. There will be police officers on hand that you can meet, introduce yourself to. We will have a booth set up for our CPA, Citizens Police Academy, if you're interested in being involved in that organization, as well as our Explorer program. If you have a small young child, boy or girl, doesn't matter, that has any interest in law enforcement, they can become part of that organization as well. I'll be on hand the entire night, and we're there to answer questions and help educate the public on how to survive these type of tragedies.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
I appreciate the time.
Alan, as it gets closer, let us know so then we can maybe do some more stuff with it as well, because I think it's a very important thing for our community.
Absolutely. I will keep you up to date on it. Go to the website, Texas City Police Department webpage, our Facebook page. Click on the link. You'll see where everything you need to do to sign up for this event.
Coming up next is Phil Wickham, Living Hope on KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Go download the KHEA Radio app, and you can stream us from anywhere in the world.
Quickly, Alan, there's a question here from Sherry. She said, does your Explorer program include a Cub Scout group?
I don't know if we can actually accommodate the entire group, but if they contact Officer Tim Hurd, Timherd, he is in charge of our Explorer group, and he will be happy to discuss that with anybody that wants to discuss it. He's done a phenomenal job. Him and Officer Diego Reyes have done an outstanding job with these young people, opening their eyes as far as the law enforcement career field as being somewhere they may end up going later on down the road.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Alan.
Appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for being able to come in and doing the awesome stuff.
I also spoke to my son last night.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He couldn't tell me where he was at. He's still on the ship. He was actually at a port, but he couldn't say where. He said the guys are doing good. Everybody's got their spirits up and everything, and he appreciates what everybody did for him.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Did they get the packages?
The packages are still en route. I've actually been tracking the packages, and it takes a little while to get that far away, especially that much stuff. So it was a really good event, and now they're going to be really excited when they get this stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Alan.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Facebook, what are you guys up to?
Thank you for letting me hold your police badge.
Kurt said, thank you for letting me hold your police badge. You didn't earn that, Kurt. I said, you didn't earn that badge. He's like, can I wear it? I'm surprised he didn't have me take a picture, which would be pretty cool. Like, hey, can you take a picture of me with this police badge? But, hey, that's an event that you need to mark on your calendar if you can make it. I feel like it is very important. And something else, and I've seen, there's programs that are focusing on it, but what can we do to avoid getting in those situations, and what signs do you look for, in our young people, in our adults, in our friends, in our coworkers that are signs of, hey, maybe they went through a situation and they're acting a little bit different, or if somebody is going through something, just check up on them, like, hey, is everything okay? Just kind of get a read. But I'm in no means, an expert, but I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to learn and see what we can do to be better, better people in the community. Check up on people. So right now it's 9:36. We're going to switch it up a bit because we're going to be talking to FA 17 there in Webster. We went there. So they're off Bay Area near Highway 3. And we went there the other day, and it was stinking awesome. So we're like, oh, man, we have to get you guys in studio to talk about everything that y'all have going on. Hello.
Hi.
Kurt's trying to make a trip to Vietnam, so we're going on a food tour in Vietnam, hopefully soon, and we can broadcast our show. We just take our equipment. It'll probably be carried on just because. The thing that's going to be tricky when you get on an airplane, they're like, can you take out all your electronics? And so we're going to have a backpack and be like, sure, everything that's electronic. So it's going to be, you have to put it in a separate bin, like one camera in each bin. Then you put the switcher, your iPads, and everything else. They're like, okay, what's going on here?
So this might sound weird, but I know anytime I go overseas, there's different plugs. Are we going to have to bring our different plugs if we come on this food tour?
Yeah, just buy a converter if we go to Vietnam. We're going to Vietnam on a food tour.
Yeah, you're taking them to Vietnam on your food tour, right?
Whenever you're ready. I'm ready.
Today's good, so Kurt, go ahead and book the flight.
All right. Booking it for tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Jumping on the plane tomorrow.
No, but this time it's really expensive, so you may want to wait until September.
September.
It becomes more affordable in September,
Yes.
usually?
Like off season.
Is that the rainy season?
Only the summer season and the holiday season is like expensive. The other is really cheap, like $1,000 round trip.
$1,000 round trip? That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
No,
$1,000 round trip?
Yes.
That's more than I paid for my vehicle.
Oh
See?
my God!
Kurt, you should have just went to Vietnam,
It's
no
a
car.
24-hour flight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
24-hour flight there and 24-hour flight back?
Yes.
The thing I like about these international flights, they're usually like the really nice big planes. You can kind of stretch. You get the movies. They'll feed you because they have
Yes,
to. It's
a lot of
24
movie you
hours.
can- yeah.
How many movies can you watch in 24 hours? You can watch.
Can you imagine being on a plane though for 24 hours?
No, actually, you get transit like 3-4 hours in somewhere like Taipei or Hong Kong or whatever.
Oh, you got to switch planes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
you could stop and eat food there, and then go.
That makes sense.
We could do our show live, because obviously we can't miss the show, so we'll do our show live someplace and then go from there.
Right?
Yeah.
So how y'all been doing? Everything going good?
At the restaurant.
Just in life. And the restaurant, of course, which I know is a big part of life.
Everything is so good. Life's
We
so
have so much
beautiful.
fun together anyway.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, because work is work. But if you have fun doing what you're doing, then it becomes, it's fun. But
Passion.
yeah, and then it's not work anymore.
Right.
So, so FA 17 is located at Highway 3 in Bay Area Boulevard. We went there the other day. There's a comic shop right there, which I had been to before. I think it's called Bedrock Comics.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And Dollar Tree.
what are y'all directly next to?
We are next to the Orange Therapy, right?
Yeah.
It's the gym.
Oh, Orange Theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Orange Theory.
Yeah, I haven't been there before, but I've seen some friends who do it. So that's cool.
I would love to do some working out.
Okay. Can y'all tell he's lying?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't tell it all. Like,
Sometimes you have to lie and tell people that you will work out.
yeah, you make the promise, and then it's okay, and then next month you go, oh, I attempted. I did an hour. I got off the couch.
I'm going to start the day that starts with like ends in W or something. That's when the workout's going to start.
Yeah.
I call it No Whining Wednesday. Like, you're not allowed to whine on Wednesday.
Oh my gosh. Gardy's going to use that now.
He should. That's epic.
We got 6 seconds, and we can go on the FM right now. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have some guests that are in studio. We're going to be talking about FA 17. We went there the other day for the first time, and we enjoyed it. Had a great time. Very friendly. Huge menu, and I think we tried everything on the menu and drank everything.
I think you brought one food item.
No, you cannot try everything on the menu in one day. It's
Well, we
allowed.
tried.
We tried.
No, it's not. It's not done yet. No, you need to come back another day. Okay.
Okay, can you introduce yourself? Let us know the name of the restaurant and what is served there.
Oh, my name is Tracy. I'm one of the owner over there, and I create a recipe.
So these are all Vietnamese recipes, right?
Yes, authentic one.
Authentic.
Yes.
So we were talking whenever we were there, and you said how many times a year do you go to Vietnam?
Oh, I go to Vietnam 3 or 4 times a year.
3 or 4 times
and,
a year.
My family has a restaurant over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so whenever you go over there, is it just a lot of like learning, or you're teaching them, they're teaching you, just like eating? Is it what's going on whenever you go visit?
Oh, actually, I go visit my family is first.
Yeah.
But then I love cooking, and so whenever I will learn recipe along with my trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if somebody's never been before, maybe they've never even had Vietnamese food before, what is traditional Vietnamese food? What will be served at your restaurant, FA 17?
The appetizer is the spring roll, egg roll is the most common things, and the soup is for beef or chicken,
Mm-hmm.
and then rice, pork or beef or chicken, the grilled one, and vermicelli. Vermicelli, right? Vermicelli.
I always call it vermicelli.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to say it though.
Like the rice is the rice and the vermicelli is always different. Like the vermicelli have more salad, more
Yeah.
things on.
Okay.
With like cucumbers and
And we do have other tradition like broken rice. You see the pork chop, right? It's
Yeah.
really good. Broken rice with pork chop is a very common breakfast in Vietnam. Breakfast and lunch in Vietnam.
Okay.
So it's actually breakfast and lunch that you ate.
No, but now it's
Okay.
dinner too.
Now dinner too.
Yeah.
And
So,
we have the shaken beef and salmon and a lot of things.
yeah, the broken rice. Do you remember the broken rice?
The broken rice was really good. I was thinking of that. Was it the pork chop that
The
came
pork
out?
chop, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
So good.
melted in my mouth a little bit. Like it just like fell down to my stomach. As I'm describing this, like that's the best way to describe it.
And then there's something else. So y'all serve these like teas, and there's
Yeah, we
Bubbles.
have like bubble tea, milk tea, Thai tea, smoothie, slush, everything.
The one that tasted like cookies and cream. I kept saying like,
It's
man, this-
taro coconut smoothies.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the one that you tasted that tasted like cookies and cream. That one's really good.
Yeah.
Taro.
So you guys, how long have you guys had FA 17?
Oh, the for 17, it's been there for like 1 year already, but we bought it just like 3 or 4 months ago.
So it was still a new restaurant, and then y'all decided, hey, we're gonna take this over and see where it goes.
Yes, and now it's picked up a lot compared to the previous owner.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed whenever walking in was the decor. It's very nice.
Yes.
It's a very nice restaurant, and there's a lot of cool places to sit, including this what I call like a family style like table, you know. And there's other places that you go to in the country and maybe even out of the country where that's kind of the norm. Like you have community tables where everybody can sit down and you may eat next to somebody you don't know. And so that's what it kind of reminded me of, because we don't really have places like that in our direct area that I've seen at least. So it has like a really friendly atmosphere in there.
Yeah, and we try to keep it as Vietnamese restaurant, but American standard. We try to keep it squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you go to Vietnam and eat at a restaurant, can you tell us kind of what are you going and doing when you go? Like, how does it look like? How does it feel like? What are you doing? You know,
How is it different than an American?
How is it different than an American Vietnamese restaurant?
Oh, there a lot of street food if you like.
Street food, like
Yeah,
New
street food.
York.
It's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
Street food is fun, and a lot of like street food or restaurant you can choose. The restaurant, the service is I don't.
Their service is like, a lot of people don't know that Vietnam was originally inhabited by the French, and so a lot of their meals and service comes from that very traditional standard. You know, and they have a different way of doing things.
Oh, so depend on the street food. The street food has another style, but like some kind of more fancy restaurant, they will serve you like you're a king.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you will like it. Like
The service is a lot better in a lot of the, Indonesian countries.
Okay, cool. That's cool. You know, whenever it comes to a restaurant, I like somewhere that, my family can eat. Maybe not too nice, so that way if my kids like scream, it's okay. But it was very nice in the restaurant, and there was a variety of menu options. Whenever it comes to those drinks and the teas and the tapioca balls, is that something that is traditionally from Vietnam, or is that something Americans kind of adapted and been like, hey, we're going to serve these here?
the bubble tea actually, I think it's original from Taiwan, not Vietnam. Yeah.
Okay.
But now it's all over the Asian. Every people love it.
Yeah.
And now it's blooming in America too.
Okay, cool. What is something else that's different about, I guess, Americanized Vietnamese restaurants versus a traditional one back in Vietnam, like your family owns, back home?
You say about the food or about
Everything, anything at all. Yeah, like whether that's the food or, I know we touched on the service a little bit, but like I every Vietnamese restaurant I've gone to, they always serve the bubble tea or the. Mm-hmm. I always thought like, oh, I wonder if that's something that we kind of added on, which it seems like we did, I guess.
Yeah, it's Americanized a lot here. But like service-wise, like when you go to your family's restaurant, like how is the service different from how it is here in the restaurant?
Oh,
17?
Because Vietnam is a small country, but a lot of people. So, my family restaurant is packed, always packed. A lot of people go in and out. But not like American. It's kind of calm atmosphere. Yeah. More slowly and more service more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in Vietnam, do they have like American style restaurants?
Yeah, they do have it now. Like Vietnamese people love Americans too. They have McDonald's, Burger King, KFC.
It's a slippery slope, I'm telling you.
They're gonna have those $2 tacos from Burger King.
No, in Vietnam, McDonald's or Burger King is considered like modern food. It's more expensive like the traditional one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the fast food was expensive.
Yeah. Well, don't tell them that it's a slippery slope, because that's how we started gaining weight. Like everybody, like if you can avoid it, eat your traditional food. Like.
Yeah, but they adapt to Vietnam. Like I think KFC. Mm-hmm. They have rice in Vietnam with soup, and they have vegetable. because Vietnamese people like vegetable and they like rice and they like soup, so they adapt.
With the fried chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's cool. You know, we see that even in parts of the country here. Like I saw not too long ago at McDonald's that there was like the Canadian Royal cheeseburger that I guess they serve in Canada, but they were for a limited time only. You can get it here in League City or Lamarck or any of the other area McDonald's, which is kind of neat that they serve different food, you know, in Vietnam, McDonald's and here.
It's like you go to Hawaii, McDonald's has rice. I love the rice in Hawaii. McDonald's. Only Hawaii has McDonald's has rice on it.
Really?
You know, they started doing that. I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but if you go to like I think the one in Baybrook, the McDonald's in Baybrook, or maybe they have like you can try like a menu item from France. You know, like a McDonald's France or something, or they had like Canadian fries or something like that.
Yeah.
So you can try those items that are specific for those McDonald's in those countries.
Whenever I was a musician and like on tour, I was in Ohio for the first time. I had never been there before, and I was like, "Hey, can I have a hot and spicy McChicken from McDonald's?" And they were like, "A what?" I was like, "Hot and spicy McChicken. It's $1." You know, like I have them all the time back home in Texas, and they had never heard of it before. So that was something that was to our region.
Or the McRib.
The McRib, yeah, and then it's like a limited time, and they take it away. But right now,
Angie said that Hawaii McDonald's serves Spam burgers.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Ew.
they do. Spam is a big thing there.
Ew.
Yeah,
Hawaii.
you can get it at the convenience store, like like Valero in Hawaii. You can get like Spam like rice.
oh, I had one. I was in Hawaii last year, and I got
Yeah.
one. Like whenever you go, so they have these. It's like ABCs or like there's like these stores, but you see them everywhere. And so you walk in, and there was like little sushi rolls, and they had them wrapped in
Yes.
the seaweed and everything.
Yes,
Yes.
It was so
that's,
good.
That's Hawaii.
Yeah,
Kurt's face.
yeah. Kurt's picky.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, but
no.
he loved the food at Fuss 17.
I do.
Oh.
I did like the food at 17. Yeah.
Can I tell you about for 17
Of course.
There was a time a customer walked into me and say, "Hey, I've been to Saigon, like Ho Chi Minh City, in Vietnam, and it's just like what I taste in there is exactly what I taste in here." So I'm
Wow.
so
Is that one of the biggest compliments that you could get?
yes, it's like authentic one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, her goal is to make it as authentic as possible, but make it tasty for Americans.
yeah, but I want it to be healthy food too. So when I took over the restaurant, I reduced the images like
The
to the
MSG.
minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I cannot advertise that it's no MSG things like no MSG food because it's some kind. I don't want to get into a legal thing. Maybe
Sure.
I don't use MSG, but there's some ingredient like side thing, a small thing. They have it, so I don't have any control.
Yeah.
But compared to other place, I guarantee you, it's very healthy.
So why did you want where did cooking and wanting to cook kind of start from? Your family? Like you're just family like wanted to cook and so you kind of got mixed into that or
Yeah,
how?
I love food. First, I love food. And if somebody say, there's a good restaurant over here, I will go to check it out. So my family already have business restaurant for 20 years. So I have created recipe in my family too. So it's my passion. I love food.
How old were you whenever you started cooking and said, "Hey, I'm pretty good at this"?
Oh, I started making eggs when I was 5. Okay, scrambled egg when I was 5.
At 5 years, so what did how did that develop and how did you kind of come into wanting to cook and have your own restaurant?
Oh, actually, it's my parents' restaurant, but I help them create the recipe. Not I create the restaurants first. I create more recipe, more new.
Cool. Yeah. So whenever you are trying to find creativity, are you trying to reinvent the wheel, or you take the traditional recipes? Like, there's something I guess that's become popular is like, fusion. I'm going to take some Vietnamese style and mix it with Texas barbecue, or I'm going to take Chinese this and mix it with Vietnamese food. Is that something you're into, or you want to stick to traditional?
I want the tradition, the authentic one. But of course, if I try to make it as much authentic as it can be. But if some ingredient like I cannot find here in the U.S., I will try to substitute it with the most.
The closest thing.
Yeah, the closest thing.
Yeah. We learned about pho, which is it's on the name. It's in the name. Pho 17. And whenever it comes to making that broth, what kind of process? How long does it take? What goes into that?
Oh, it takes to like 8 hours to slow cook the bone, everything, the meat, everything in there. Like beef or chicken.
Yeah.
Right. And ginger, onion, spice like
5 spice.
No, not 5 spice. Like herbs. Chinese herbs.
Okay.
So it takes like 8 hours.
8 hours to
And it
get
includes
everything
like the bone?
out. Yes.
Wow.
The bone and everything.
And y'all make that how often? You make it every day?
Oh, we make it every day.
Brand new every day, so it's fresh.
Yeah, the pho is brand new every day. It's fresh.
Wow.
And after that, I have to take out the fat. So it will be like clear broth, healthy.
All right. So it's 9:54. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Yeah, we're going to be on until 11 o'clock today. Coming up next, we're going to be talking to Miss Houston and also Miss Teen Houston as they gear up for their Texas, Miss Texas, I guess, pageants that are coming up here shortly. So we're going to be talking to them. Blaine's a good friend of ours. She does Beauty with Blaine on our program. We try to do one every week with her schedule. It gets kind of tough now since she is Miss Houston. But one of the things that we're going to be talking about with Miss Houston is staying beautiful and everything else. And not only do you guys have Pho 17, but you guys also have 365 Lash Spa. Can you talk a little bit about what 365 Lash Spa is?
At the Lash Spa, we have facials, we have hair blowout, and obviously we do lashes. That's one of our specialties. And it's more of a spa experience instead of being like in and out fast. It's a relaxing environment. And the goal is to create an all-in-one experience. So you're not only getting lashes, but you're getting facial. You can get your hair done at the same time and, relax. And customer service is one of our biggest things, and including with the restaurant as well. Customer service is one of their biggest priorities, and having people have a great, enjoyable experience.
How does Lash 365 and Pho 17 correlate? Hey, I want to do Vietnamese food and then I also want to do lashes. How does that work?
Well, I think Asian women in general, and especially what I've come to know about these amazing ladies and their partnership together is really beautiful. And they are really amazing as far as how they think, and innovative and really creative with how they think about what they want to do next. And they have some big plans. So it's not just going to be these two things, I don't think, for long.
What's next?
We of course, we want to expand the business and develop more stores.
So another kind of business, because I'm thinking if there's the Lash Spa, then there's the restaurant, and then we can have a furniture store or something else. What's the other end?
Like the Lash Spa in another location, a franchise, and
franchise.
Another for 17 at other location. I want to expand like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you help out at 365? Do you when you're done cooking, you go over and help with some lashes?
My main job, I oversee the Pho 17 because I know how to cook and I know business restaurant, but I have the last part in grading procedure, how to
with facials, and she's naturally an RN. She's trained as an RN.
That's what, Saul Balderas, who with Little Saul Tacos, as you said, he's also a recent nursing graduate. Congratulations!
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you so much. Oh, tell Sean that maybe I will in infusion business with him too.
So we're bringing the fusion back on the table. I like that.
We didn't take it off.
Yeah.
The taco, the Vietnamese taco,
Didn't
right?
we talk about that, right?
No.
There is such a thing. There is such a
we
thing.
we have Vietnamese taco. It will come in next month or somewhere.
Please explain. Can you give us more information on that one?
Gardy's wait,
I'm intrigued.
tacos?
No, like pancake.
It's they say pancake, but it's really like an egg, like an egg fold over with some meat and vegetables.
Inside is vegetable and shrimp and meat and mushroom, whenever you want.
Yeah.
Are you bringing those to the Talk of Taco cook-off?
We need that.
No, I don't want to compete with Sean. My best friend.
Sean's gonna be competing in it.
He's the owner of the Liu's Taco.
Oh, Sal.
Yeah, it's
Sal.
amazing. Sal.
Yes.
Sal. Like,
Sal.
amazing
Sal,
taco shop.
Why don't y'all team up? You can have a team, like there's a fusion.
Maybe. Yeah. That's
Hey.
what our plan.
I like it.
I like that idea as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 2 minutes till 10 o'clock. We're going to take a quick break. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Oh.
Boom.
When we come back, we'll have about like 10 minutes or so when we come back after this song, you think? And then we can bring in the ladies from that.
Yeah. I don't think Blaine's here yet. I guess, is she?
I think
Miss
so.
Teen is here.
I saw 2 people walk by. I didn't look. No. Okay, so we're still waiting on Blaine.
I think so.
Awesome. So, yeah, about 10 minutes or so. I still want to talk about Lash 365 a little bit more when we go back over the FM and kind of, because you guys have 2 locations of
Yes.
Lash 365.
Yes.
And so,
Yeah.
That's more than other things.
Okay.
Hey, so Angie Butler said, char grilled pork Vietnamese tacos. Yes, do this. I feel like that sounds
Or
like
banh
a
mi
delicious
meat
thing.
in a-
Oh,
yeah.
we need to talk something about the Vietnamese sandwich.
Oh, the banh mi. Yeah.
The banh mi sandwich.
Yeah.
That's, it always trips me out how to spell that. It's like BANH.
It messes with your
Banh mi.
banh mi.
Banh mi.
Bang.
Bang.
It has like a
mi.
G in there, doesn't it? Bang.
A G?
Well, it doesn't really have a G in
B,
there, but
but
like
it sounds
I'm
like a
hearing.
G.
H. An H.
It's H-N.
Banh mi.
Ming.
Banh mi.
Banh mean bakery. Banh.
That's the bun. Is that
Banh
the bread?
is cake. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the kind of bread.
Mi-
What's different
mi
about that
flour.
bread?
Like
It's flour.
me is like flour.
Okay.
That's interesting. I like the banh mi sandwiches. When I get those, like that's what I'm going with. I'm going to a Vietnamese restaurant because I like the bread. I like bread.
Oh,
Like
the
bread
French bread.
The
that
French bread
loaf-
is
loaf bun.
is really, really good. And then you throw in some steak or something like that on it. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
So, what are some of the menu items, again, just for people who are tuning in for the first time on the
Beef stew.
Facebook Live?
Oh, yeah.
Beef stew. Oh my god.
She just made an amazing beef stew, which you
Yeah.
tried.
I remember.
That was great, and that comes with a French loaf, and I dipped the French loaf in there, and it's so good.
There was the vegetables. Like
Yeah,
there was other,
vegetables
there was
too.
the beef, and then it was like the
Yeah.
vegetables in there.
Yeah.
Vietnamese meal always have vegetable on it.
Very
Always.
very fresh, very clean food.
Yeah.
But to me, I like the peanut sauce. I'm a big peanut sauce
Spring roll.
fan.
Egg rolls.
And you can have really not good peanut sauce, and theirs is really amazing.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a different kind of egg rolls.
The
What kind do y'all
crispy
have?
one, right? The crispy egg roll.
I know. Well, there was a couple because there's the one
The
with like the
spring
see-through.
roll.
Spring roll is the steamed rice paper wrap.
And those are made fresh, right? They
Yeah,
make
it's
those
made fresh. And egg roll is the crispy one.
Mm-hmm.
The fried
What's your
crispy.
favorite?
Balls.
You can't have both as
No,
your
because
favorite.
I guarantee you, my spring roll egg roll is like the best one in the area.
But if you have one of each and you can only eat one, you have enough time. Which one are you eating?
I know what my favorite is.
egg roll,
I'm spring roll all day, every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
egg roll.
I like the spring roll because you can put it in the peanut
Yes.
sauce.
Yes.
It is good. And well, the ones that we had there had the shrimp in there, and I really like shrimp.
Yeah, love shrimp.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. And
Yeah.
and I love fried food, but I try not to eat a lot of fried food, so that when I feel better about it. I'm just like, oh, my peanut sauce instead of But fried food is so good.
Oh yeah. No, and her egg rolls are so
Yeah, my
So
egg roll's
good.
good.
yeah.
Yesterday we were at Kelly's Country Kitchen, or Kelly's
Cookin'.
Country Cookin'.
You've
I
been-
always mess that up
Like
Yeah.
for years, like you've been saying that. I don't
because there's
understand
a
why.
Kelly's Kitchen in Nebraska.
I'm sorry.
And so that's why.
Yeah.
But it's Kelly's Country Cooking, and they do like this chicken fried steak. And I got to watch them yesterday dip it into the frying.
Isn't it like huge, gigantic? It's like this big.
My wife wants to know if your egg rolls have mushrooms in them.
Yes.
They do, Jennifer. Yes, they do. So here we go. We're going to go back on the FM.
Sweet.
Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 10:02 on a Thursday morning. We're talking about Pho 17, also mentioning 3 365 Lash Spa. 365 Lash Spa is located over in Nassau Bay, like right across from Johnson Space Center. And then VOS 17 is at Highway 3 in Bay Area Boulevard.
And they also have a location in Baybrook Mall as well for the Lash Spa, right?
It's right outside. Yeah, it's located just behind PF Chang's. It's amazing.
Oh, that's cool. We haven't been to that one yet.
No, you have not.
Wow. So
We might need to do some more lashes on him.
he does need a refill.
I think he's overdue for a refill. You know?
These lashes look amazing.
They do.
What's the difference between the Nassau Bay location and the Baybrook? Are they kind of the same vibe and same look?
Well, I think Baybrook to me is more cozy. It's more of a an intimate feeling versus like with the NASA Road 1 location or NASA Parkway. It's bigger.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more rooms, and the front space is a lot more open.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there was a piece of machinery in there. Whenever you walk into the Nassau Bay location, it's to the left. And I'm trying to remember exactly what it does, but I feel like there was, one of the owners has like a proprietary machine. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. What is it?
The perfume.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah. He invented like a custom perfume thing where you can actually create your own perfume, and it's totally it's not on the market and
yet.
It's not only the perfume. You can create like
nail polish, I think too, right?
Nail polish, whatever color you want to, just put in the code.
You put in a code and it kind of puts it together.
Yes,
Click, done.
It's patent pending, so yeah.
You know who does that a lot? Pastor Josh Rudolph makes his own like colognes and stuff like that and perfume, like smells.
I like it. Yeah.
So like he's done it before in service and talked about how like even like the day that he got married, he had a specific smell that he was made so that way he can like remember the day that he was married with that smell, which is awesome.
Smell is really important.
That's a little too much in my opinion.
I don't know.
Sometimes they get a little extra, but to each their own.
Well, you like the smell of food, so food always makes.
But I don't want to like have that be my signature scent. Like
taco, like a taco perfume.
There's something special about food. Like if where were we the other day? Oh, we were walking out of Fry's Electronics. Didn't buy anything, but we're walking out of Fry's, and it smelled like barbecue. And there's Rudy's right there. So I was like, yeah, it's Rudy's barbecue. And it's nice. Just like a little, it hits you.
Yeah, it just hits you and you know instantly what it is.
Burger King is known for putting out smells. Hey,
in Las Vegas, they do it all the time.
Yeah, they put out the smell around their restaurant so that way they're like, if you're close by, you're going to be like, I want to go get some Burger King,
Yeah, it's true.
Are y'all going to start pumping out some Vietnamese? Like the banh mi bread smells.
Yeah, the banh mi there is great too.
Yeah, you need to come and try it. Oh, you already tried it, right? The grilled beef banh mi is the
They
best
do delivery
thing.
too.
We have grilled beef, grilled chicken, and grilled pork banh mi is very good.
So delivery, y'all do y'all do partnerships with like Uber Eats or Waiter app? Can somebody check that out yet?
Now we do with Grubhub and DoorDash.
Grubhub, DoorDash. So you download the app. If you're in the area, you can get it delivered to your work or house, wherever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes it easy.
Totally easy.
We're just about out of time, but one of the things I want to talk to you about, you were talking about franchising and expanding and opening more restaurants. Do you have any idea of where you want to take VOS 17 or it's 365 Lash Spa, right? Yeah. Is there any? Where are you taking those?
I can take it everywhere.
So Lamar.
Yeah, I can take it everywhere because the recipe is mine. Like I can create like a concentrate, and I just need to
find the right locations and partnerships, pretty much, right? That's awesome. Hey, well, we're about out of time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Is there anything else y'all would like to share or remind anybody while y'all are here?
Well, we have lash training happening right now at 365. We're doing a lash training August 5th and 6th.
What is that?
It's basically we're going to teach women who have cosmetology licenses how to do basic lashes, classic lashes. And you can sign up at the store.
That's awesome.
And you can have like a job offers too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to take a break, and y'all are welcome back, and we need to come back to VOS 17, check out everything. Because I feel like we knocked out at least like a quarter of the front page of the menu, so we have a lot more to work on.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Thank you.
This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Coming up next is Elevation, the highest. Stay tuned. Kickstart's going to be on till 11. Coming up next, we're going to have Miss Houston and Miss Teen Houston in studio. We're going to be learning about what it takes, what's coming up, and they have the potential to be Miss Texas. It's KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Woohoo! Thank you, guys.
Good job. You did well.
You did awesome. Yes. Very good.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
And now we can have fun. Bye. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you. What's up, Facebook? What's up, guys? So, hey, we're going to have our good friend Blaine in. We are about to meet Miss Teen Houston for the first time today and learn how has life changed.
I interrupted their live.
I'm shocked.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? This is Rita.
I'm Gardy.
Gardy?
What's your name?
Rita.
Rita. Nice to meet you.
Rita.
We got Rita. We got Blaine hanging out in studio. We were talking about what's coming up next. What does life hold? How has life changed? And if you have any questions yourself, feel free to ask.
I'm gonna move
The cam.
Again, the closer you guys are to the microphone, the better. Awesome.
We were just talking about food. It always comes back to food somehow, even if we're not. Like, we weren't planning on it, and then we're just like, hey.
Just stop for a snack before
food.
this.
Yeah.
When I watched the Beauty with Blaine segments, and she's like, just eat healthy and water, and I'm like, no.
You're like, it's harder said than done.
I'm not going to do that.
There's a water burger in the car.
So Rita, this is our first time to meet you. It's Miss Teen Houston. How old are you?
I just turned 18.
18.
Yes.
So how long have you been crowned Miss Teen Houston?
How long has it been? Oh gosh, it's gone by quick. April, yeah.
Weekend.
How has life changed since?
I've definitely become a lot more social. Like, I really have improved my people skills and going out. It's kind of been the same. I've had a lot of support, and that's grown a lot, which is really great.
Cool. Where are you from? Like, what school? Did you just graduate? Or
Yes, I just graduated high school. I went to Cy Creek.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a little far.
That's cool. Okay. And Blaine, welcome back.
Thank you.
I see y'all are both rocking y'all's crowns today.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous of the
Here we go
crown.
again.
I'm really, well, now there's two.
You're
and it
trying to
just
steal
adds,
2 of them.
adds to my jealousy a
Y'all
little
can
bit.
each wear one. Yeah.
So last time Curt got crowned, Blaine shared her crown and placed it on
Yes.
Kurt's head.
Oh, crowning moment.
It was
I
awesome.
like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He enjoyed it a little too much, I think.
Wow.
But it was fun. It was fun.
So you guys are getting ready, gearing up for Miss Texas, right? And Miss
Yes.
Teen Texas as
Yeah,
well?
16. Yep.
So walk us through what you guys are going through.
Well, mine happens before hers. Mine is Labor Day weekend, and hers happens Thanksgiving weekend. So she's a little bit more time to prepare. So right now what I'm doing is just training, physically training, eating very healthy. We have an interview coach, so we work with our interview coaches weekly and just preparing for that part of it, going through wardrobe, making sure everything's in line and set up, and just practicing overall our conversation skills and just our presentation skills.
Are you doing the same?
At the moment, I have a little more leeway because I do have more time. So I'm still kind of hanging out with the carbs and the junk food. I have a little more time before I start my prep. And
Cool. I mean, it seems like it would take a lot of training to be able to handle an interview. Y'all look very comfortable in here. A lot of the times people walk in and they are, I don't know, sometimes don't know how to act. Because we can literally ask you anything in the world right now.
Yeah.
And we can
You
try
have
and
to-
stump you if
It's
we
gonna
want
be open.
to. We won't, but,
World
Thanks.
peace?
I mean, you can.
right.
Always.
So we got 8 seconds. Yeah, we're going to go on the FM right now. Here we
Sweet.
go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 10:12 a.m. on a Thursday morning. We're excited. We got Miss Houston. We have Miss Teen Houston in studio. We got Blaine and we got Rita hanging out with us. How's it going today?
Good. Hi, everybody.
Blaine, welcome back.
Thank you.
You brought the crown again. I'm kind of surprised after Curt was like fighting you for it after our interview was over last
I know.
time.
I was a little nervous to come back and wear it, but
Yeah.
I'm here.
And you brought a friend.
I did.
So we have Rita here today. Rita, can you share just a little bit about yourself? Maybe, where you're from, how old you are, and what does it mean to you to be Miss Teen Houston?
Hi, well, I'm Rita again. I turned 18 in February, and I just graduated from Cypress Creek High School, and I will be going to the University of Houston. In a few days, actually.
Yeah.
Starts soon. Move-in day. Actually, becoming Miss Houston teen was like a really big deal for me. This was my second pageant, so being able to be given a platform to really express, I guess, confidence and faith, it was a really big deal to me. And so far, it's been opening so many doors, and I hope to keep opening for more people.
You know, that's one of the things about being either like Miss Houston or Miss Teen Houston is that platform. You know, I see all the time y'all are out in the community doing things. Can you tell us kind of what do you do as Miss Teen Houston or as Miss Houston?
Yeah, so we do a lot of different community work. We each have platforms and just different charities that we like to work with. We just did a few different charities few different events with We See Abilities, and so that was for special needs kids. You did the iFly event, and then iFly event, and I did it was a Mr. Wonderful pageant, so that was really neat to be a part of, and just love on the kids and just show them that we care.
Mm-hmm. What's a Mr. Wonderful pageant?
It was a pageant that all the young guys and men actually participated. So it was people with special needs, and they just did their pageant and did walks and just made them feel super confident, and they were all crowned at the end. So it's a really
awesome.
neat experience.
That's fun. And what's the iFly event?
The iFly event, it was a social gathering for the We See Ability kids, and Mr. Wonderful did go. We danced a little bit. Yes, they just had a DJ, and they do have social outings where all the kids come together from around the community, and they kind of get to meet one another, mingle, and we get to go and talk to everybody and hang out.
Rita, why did you want to become Miss Teen Houston?
Actually, I kind of fell into pageantry on accident. I went to support a friend and ended up becoming really interested. I had never really seen myself doing it, but now...
Is your friend mad?
No, she's been very supportive, actually.
Okay, that's good.
You beat
Yes.
her. And
No, she's
It's your
older.
second pageant, and you're going to win the whole thing. I've been doing this for however long, Is there any times that you have to deal with jealousy or at least people not understanding the whole process?
No, you just have to honestly be really patient with people and comfortable in your own skin enough to hear other people's opinions. And I believe you can express yours as well, just not at the cost of other people.
Yeah.
So just learning to be patient, kind, and open-minded.
Sure. Okay.
So there's part of what I understand with like pageants and stuff is that there's some sort of talent show piece, and we know Blaine does music. What do you do for your talent?
Well, actually, for this system, so there's two different systems: the Miss America system, Miss USA system. So our system, we compete under the Miss USA system. So we actually don't have a judging talent portion, like the Miss US or the Miss America system does.
But if you did
Probably
have a
good thing for
talent
me.
and you had to do one, what would it be? I'm guessing, would you sing or is it something else, Blaine? What would you do?
I would kind of think of what other crazy talents I have. But
Sing,
I would sing.
Singing. Rita, is there anything that comes to mind for you if there was something?
I actually really enjoy painting. I'm not sure how long I would have to whip something out like that, but I'm interested in that.
That would be neat.
Cool. Have you always been interested in art?
Yes, growing up, I actually watched a lot of Disney, so I really got interested in the animation, I guess. And
Yeah.
the style they use.
Have either of y'all had the opportunity to see the new Lion King? I haven't yet.
Oh, yes, we both just saw it.
It was so good. Yes, I saw it on my birthday, actually, on Tuesday night.
I've heard. Okay, yeah, happy birthday! I saw that.
Thank you.
I've seen some mixed reviews for the Lion King. Some people are saying I felt like I was watching, like Animal Planet or National Geographic
Really?
or something like that.
Rita
it
said that
was
she could
great.
do better.
Drawing
The
it.
CGI.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. No, I was actually really impressed. It was really spot on. The music,
Yeah,
it was up
the
to date
music
enough.
was
They didn't change it
wonderful.
too much.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool. So you're about to attend the University of Houston. Do you know what you're going to study? What career you're trying to pursue?
At the moment, I was kind of stuck between law and orthodontics, so I went completely opposite, and I'm going to be majoring in English. So for me, I'm kind of, I guess, trying to find my place at the moment.
Yeah.
And she just made a cheerleader, too.
At U of H?
Cheerleader.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, my wife, she went to U of H and she majored in English as well, and she loved the experience. I would actually skip my classes and just go to hers.
Yeah.
I wasn't even enrolled at U of H, but I
Right.
spent a lot of time there. So we'd go. The food court's awesome,
Yeah.
I will say.
I believe it. My dad took my tour with me, actually, and he told me he wishes he was a student with me and gone there. And
Yeah.
he might be kind of living with me. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hanging
You're like,
out.
Dad, go away.
He works down the
Stop.
street, too. So we can
Cool.
cross the streets.
Has your family been a huge source of support for you during all of this?
Yes, they've actually been the biggest. I definitely could not have done it without them. I kind of came from like a place of low self-confidence, so really having that support system and like finding my own faith and all that really helped.
What did your classmates say when you came back, like wearing the crown the next day?
Did you wear the crown to school?
No, I actually didn't. My mom wanted me to, but a few of my friends wore their buttons, so it was kind of nice and embarrassing. But no, I actually kind of kept it on the down low. I didn't really tell people I was competing, so a lot of people were shocked. They either knew or they didn't.
Yeah. And then whenever you came in, like, next day, you weren't, like, with the sash and the crown, just being like, I'm back.
Oh,
like,
actually, I went to school in my Lulu leggings and a big T-shirt. It was my rest day, yeah.
Yeah.
No makeup.
Yep.
It's got to be pretty stressful. Like, there's a lot that goes on. Kind of walk us through the pageant day, you know, as you guys are going. It's called a pageant, right? Like,
Yes.
is that okay? Making sure. Walk us through what's going on when you guys are, like, from start to finish. Kind of tell us how, because there's a lot, right?
Yeah.
I've only done two.
So normally there's an orientation, so all the girls that get together, if their parents are there, they can come and, you know, hear the information that's given. And then after that, you go straight into training and preparing for, we'll have like an opening number, kind of just walking through our presentation when we're actually competing. You know, we have to learn formations and routines in order for it to look like a well put together show. So we actually do that. So we're doing that all day, and then we'll have a break, you know, for lunch, and then kind of get ready for your hair and makeup, and then we'll do like a show, preliminary show, like the first night. And then, so the second night, or the second day, we'll actually go into training and rehearsing again, so learning new routines, making sure everything looks great and smooth, and then hair and makeup again, and then the final show.
That's a long day. How long is that?
Yeah, it's
Oh my gosh.
all day. I mean, all
It
day. You have
depends
to
on
wake
what
up
it starts.
early, and
Going
I mean,
at 6, like end of show is like what, 9 or 10?
yeah, and some girls even
Wow.
have to go in for makeup and hair at like 4 a.m., you know, because there's so many girls.
So, you know, winning the, you know, respectively, both of y'all's pageants, does that make y'all like the front runner for Miss Texas? Because I know that we learned, I think it's in Houston as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is Miss Houston Teen, is that?
Yes, they're at the same hotel.
Okay. So are y'all going to be like the favorites? I feel like y'all have a lot of hometown support, right?
I think it's exciting to be in our hometown. I definitely think we do have the upper hand just being in our hometown, you know, and representing the city. But, you know, that doesn't have anything to do with the judging, though. But I do think it's great for us mentally and to have that support there.
Are you going to be disappointed if you don't walk away and you know, and it's like, they came into my hometown and walked away with my crown?
It's hard to. I would say no, definitely, because I mean, you walk away with something for sure. New friends, experience.
How long
like that.
do you hold the crown?
It's a year.
For a year. Mhm.
About.
You get to keep those though, right?
We do.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know yet.
So your second pageant, do you think, I mean, going into this, so you did one before.
Yes.
Was it Houston Teen as well?
I did Texas Teen. I thought I signed up for Houston Teen, but I didn't. So
Is
it's
it
like
confusing?
an accident.
Story there.
For me, yes, because I had never been into the pageant world. I didn't know anything. So I was thinking I wouldn't compete till April, and then I had 3 weeks of prep, and then I was on stage.
Yeah, and Texas Teen is bigger, you know, because that's in the state win.
Yeah,
And she actually
skipped right into state
her
on
first
accident.
one. She actually made, I think, top 15 or something. So you did wonderful.
So what did you learn from the first one that now you're going to, because you're going back to Texas Teen, right?
Yes.
Or is it, so you're going back. What is going to be different this time?
I just learned to take a lot less to heart. You just have to kind of have fun, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's kind of everything happens for a reason. Just go and make friends and leave with that.
Did you make any friends that you still communicate with at the pageant that you won?
Yes, a lot actually. We still keep in touch over Instagram and stuff like that. So that's really nice to have.
Cool. What is your Instagram?
Rita.Goble.
And Blaine, I know you. We share out some of your content as well. What's your Instagram?
Blaine Janelle.
Blaine Janelle. So if you want to follow them and check out the journey to becoming Miss Texas and Miss Texas Teen, feel free to give them a follow. If you have any questions and you're watching on social media right now, feel free to ask. Right now it's 10:22. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. We're talking to Miss Houston. We're talking to Miss Houston Teen. We have Rita and we have Blaine hanging out with us in studio. So there's the new Beauty with Blaine. It's going to be dropping today.
Yes.
What is the focus?
It is healthy living. I think it's my 5 tips to a healthier you, basically. So yeah, I'm excited for that to release, and I think if you want to hear what it is, I don't know if I should tell you what it's all about or what my tips are, or you should just watch it.
Just tease it.
Tease it. Give it a little, give
Without
like
giving
one
it away.
nugget.
Okay, I'll give you my 2. The first one is drink water in the morning with lemon. It will boost your metabolism and really wake you up and give you more energy. And then second is stretching. I would suggest stretching 5 to 10 minutes a day to really warm your body up and just help with aches and pains.
Yeah. One of our good friends, Dr. Aaron Chapa, he comes in every Tuesday talking about health. He always says, drink as much water in the morning as you can because it gets everything going. Just like start chugging. And it's a good way to start the day.
Yes.
So
I agree.
But it's hard. It's a challenge.
It is
I'm
so
not even
hard,
thirsty.
especially to remember. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
He
It's
said
too
like
late.
30, do 32 ounces before like the first hour that you're awake. And I'm like, there's not 32 ounces of me that wants to drink
That
that
is
much.
that's kind of like
lot.
a pageant diet a little bit.
Yeah.
I know at least mine was wake up and do
lot of water.
cardio on an empty stomach and just drink water.
Yeah.
What is, so you mentioned a pageant diet?
Yeah.
What is that? Can you walk me through that?
For that, it was mine. They're kind of, I guess, catered differently to
custom, huh?
us. Yeah. So it starts about 6 weeks out. You can start a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of. Yeah, no. So basically, it focuses on cutting back calories and carbs, and I guess not really restricting what you eat, but just limiting your amounts. So necessarily, you can still kind of have things just in relative proportion. Like I can't keep eating my pints of ice cream. I can have like maybe a little bit of half.
Yeah. Okay. So moderation.
It's not unbearable.
And it starts like 6 weeks out for that, pretty much?
That's like the best I've found to keep it at bay, because then I'm less tempted to drink soda and do stuff like that.
Yeah, just adding more protein and more vegetables.
Okay.
And just less carbs and
You know,
fat.
it's interesting. We talk to a lot of people that do like martial arts and MMA, and there's like the same like, hey, I'm in my camp. You know, like I'm 6 weeks
Yeah.
out. I need to make weight,
Get
or
in
I'm
the
trying to hit
zone.
this goal. And so it's kind of the
Okay.
same in a way. Just, you know, hey, this is what we're training for, and so we need to make sure we follow. Is it hard to stick to that routine?
It's a little less hard.
It can be difficult, but it's ultimately like it's mental, and like we're both preparing for something that we are looking forward to. We want to do this, you know, and so we want to give it our best. And so if you look at it in that way, it makes it easier.
Rita, with you about to attend U of H, you know, going in with this crown, does this help you for college in any way, or like in your career?
I would say maybe it would help a little bit with the representation of Houston, because I mean, Miss Houston, going to the Houston school, living in Houston, so it's like all around. But I wouldn't say it
That's
give
why
me.
she chose U of H.
I
The
wouldn't
only
say it gives
reason-
me any advantages or anything.
Plus, you made the cheerleading squad,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
I'm excited.
I guess, did you cheer in high school or do any
yes,
of the competition
I did.
teams and stuff?
cheered in high school.
I mean, you have to be pretty good. I'm sure there's a lot of people that try out and maybe even get scholarships for it
Yeah.
as well.
You people in Texas and your cheerleading is a little nuts.
Cheerleading and pageants, yeah.
Intense.
because
Right?
because there's like tossing and
Yeah.
tumbling and you're going up in the air, and I'm just like, my high school cheerleaders in Nebraska didn't do that. They just like stood on the ground and it was like rah rah.
Can you describe Nebraska cheerleaders? I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Let's just say I grew up thinking that the jocks would date the high school cheerleaders, and that was not taking place at my high school.
You went to a different kind of high school, though.
I went to there was a lot of different things about my high school. I mean, when I'm the most popular kid, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Funny.
You describe those experiences sometimes. It blows my mind. I don't know. Anyways, we're talking to Miss Houston. We're talking to Miss Houston team about everything going on. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Curt, do you have any thoughts that come to mind, especially when it comes to the crown? I know you've already posed with a picture with Blaine's. Are you trying to get Rita's crown too?
No, I already got blamed. It was the most important. Wait, I'm not going to start a fight between you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Do you have the desire, once you've been Miss Houston teen, do you want to be Miss Houston?
I've thought about it. I guess I was kind of just seeing where it goes. I was probably going to I don't know if I should take a break or not. I don't know if I should just keep riding it out, or I'm still trying to figure it out.
What age do you become? Like, is it 19 or is it 20?
Is it 27 the cutoff?
Yeah, or maybe 28.
14.
I think it's
Yeah,
I
you
think
can
it's like-
compete at 27, right?
Yeah, I think it's 18 or 19. 19 to 28.
Yeah, for Miss. And then teen is 14.
So we learned, we have a friend Angie, who is on an afternoon program here. But I guess there's another system where you're like 27 and above or something, and you
like
can
the
run
senior,
older
they have senior
ones,
systems,
yeah.
married system.
Yes.
Mrs.
I know in USA, right? You can't be married or.
Yeah, they do have those. There's quite a few different.
There's a
systems.
lot. Like I know getting in, I still get confused. There's like Miss Galaxy, Miss
Yeah.
Universe, Miss World.
Mm-hmm.
I was just at this place. I was in Kentucky, and this lady got up, and she was from, where was she from? Maybe Brazil, and she was like, she held a title of Miss like International something, which
Yeah.
is really cool to see. If all of these pageants are trying to, I guess, teach and instill something, what would you say that it is?
That they're teaching and instilling.
Yeah.
I think it's really about just empowering the women that compete. Empowerment and opportunities. You know, the pageants give a lot of opportunities to women just within themselves becoming better, and also in their professional world, professional education, different scholarship opportunities, just kind of bettering yourself overall, professionally and personally.
Cool. I'm sure you've been able to hang out with Rita a lot. Have you been able to like instill some information or at least give her advice, being that you've graduated college and you've been in some pageants before? I mean, what kind of advice have you given her, if you like stuff that you can share?
I don't know. I hope I've given her good advice. Just, I hope she knows that I'm always, here for her and whatever, questions she has and advice, I'm here.
Have you guys become best friends?
Yes, I think so.
You think so?
No, we are.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you and I, Gardy.
It's forced upon us.
Kind of in a
It
way.
works.
How much time do you guys spend together? Are there a bunch of events that you guys have to go to together?
We don't get too, only because
Yeah,
our schedules conflict a little bit because she is older. She gets to be a real adult and have a job and all that, and I don't yet. And I'm out of school for summer and all that. So
Your dad's outside in Champions Hall in our waiting room. Does he do a lot of that? Like, does he have to take you to a bunch of stuff? And is he your biggest fan?
I would say yes. Between him and my mom, they're definitely our biggest fans. But at the moment, it was his turn today, and my mom had a hair appointment, so I'm gonna go to
What
work
kind of
with
work
him.
does he do? It looks like he's having some real
He's
some
on a
intense
conference
business
call,
deals
yeah.
going on right now. I just want to be involved.
Is he angry? He's like, oh, come on. No? I can't see him, so I don't know what's going on.
this
Really,
is-
really focused.
He's quiet.
There's big folk. Yeah, whatever it is, I want 0.5%. Whatever it is, whatever's getting transaction out there.
What does your dad do?
He's a lawyer and engineer.
See,
Yeah.
I want that. I'll take 0.2%.
A lawyer engineer?
It sounds important. I don't know.
How do you get both?
He does both.
It's like I went to law school, and then I decided I wanted to go to engineering school. All
That's cool.
together.
Yeah, he did both.
That is cool. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have. I'm the oldest. I have a younger sister and a younger brother.
So what does it mean to them? To see you go through this? What kind of feedback? Have they been supportive or been I guess even negative?
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Actually, no. My siblings have probably been maybe bigger fans than my parents. I mean, my little brother introduces me as Miss Houston Teen to everybody we meet in the grocery store. And he thinks my boyfriend's lucky to date Miss Houston Teen. So he's very, and my sister's supportive. She always carries my big heads and stuff like that. They're great.
That's cool.
That's cute.
Is that important to have that family support? I mean, could you imagine doing it without it?
I honestly could not, because even being on stage and looking out and just seeing the mirror, it's really relaxing and calming.
Yeah. Blaine, where do you find your support system?
Definitely my family. They're definitely there for me, and my friends. Everyone's so supportive and reach out, just if I need anything or help or just love or just to hang out or vent and talk to. So it's definitely wonderful to have them there.
I had quite a few birthday wishes. It was blowing up. I was like, wow.
I know. I felt so loved. All my friends posted on Instagram and texted me. I'm today finally still actually have a few to respond to. So it's been really neat to just see everybody reach out and wish me happy birthday.
I sent one on the day, and I finally got a thank you
this
yesterday.
morning, or last night.
That was fun.
4 days
Make
later.
I'm still getting back to you.
She's getting back to them. I'm sure Miss Houston gets a ton of messages and everything.
Yeah, so Beauty with
Much
Blaine is going to
appreciated.
drop this afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah. She's like, maybe. There's a big maybe.
No, it is.
We like having Beauty with Blaine on our section. you got a couple coming up, right? Like, can you kind of tease like what you want to talk about in the next segments or so with Beauty with Blaine?
Yeah, the next one. Well, the next one, it's not fully developed yet, but it's definitely going to be something about beauty. This last one was health. The next one will be about fitness.
Okay, so I see it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a rotating.
There's a method to the madness.
Yes.
I get it. I never noticed that, but now I get it.
I'm waiting for one that's going to be like my crown polishing.
Oh.
How do you polish the crown?
Yeah,
This is how you
do
do it.
a silly, fun one.
Didn't we have a funny experience with your sash the last time you were in here?
What was it?
Didn't you spill something?
I did.
But it was convenient, like the sash covered.
I think I spilled makeup or coffee or something on my shirt last time, and so I had to like hide it with my sash.
At an event, she did
Luckily-
that too. What event
Yeah,
was that? You had
I
makeup
don't-
all over your pants.
I don't know. I'm a mess sometimes, but no makeup or coffee on my clothes today. So
That's good. That's good. That's very
progress.
good.
Yet. You never know.
Not yet.
Yeah. Has being Miss Houston Teen like helped you, I guess, like improv situations or like even seeing Blaine like, hey, thankfully I have this sash, you know, or just like being asked questions and you can like process information quicker or
Yeah, I would say like the interviewing has definitely helped a lot. I was normally kind of a introverted, shy person, so it's definitely helped me come out a lot, and I've been able to hold conversation better. But now about the sash and stuff, I'm actually kind of like shy about telling people. So some people still don't know. I've never like really introduced myself as Miss Houston Teen or anything like that.
yeah.
Really? You
Try to
don't-
keep it on the down low.
If Kurt was
Oh my
Stay
God.
humble.
I will walk around and be like,
That's
out
what
of
my
way.
mom says. She's like, why don't you wear it to the grocery store? I don't know.
I would have bodyguards around me, like
Right.
was just sunglasses. I would hire bodyguards and then just walk around and be like, "Yeah, I'm Mr. Houston. What's what?"
he really would. Yeah.
And be like, "This is my entourage. Like,
Yeah.
come on, get out of my way."
It's not
Let
a
me
character.
Go first.
No, it would be.
Everywhere.
This is really who he is. It's crazy.
I was the most popular in high school because of this reason.
It's true. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM.
Ooh, TX Cron.
Boom.
All right.
So there's, when's your pageant coming up again?
Labor Day weekend,
What month is that?
September 1st. Actually,
It's like
I guess
August 30th,
yeah,
September 1st.
It starts the 30th.
The
and
crossover.
Final
Cool.
shows on the 1st.
And then yours is when?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
It's a whole
Is it
weekend
Black
thing?
Friday?
I think so.
2 days.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, it's like almost 3, right? Because the
Yeah,
first
like
day of rehearsals.
first day is like swimsuit preview,
Oh, I
And
don't have
then-
that part yet.
and then preliminary competition and final show.
So is there any difference between the teen, but you know, besides the, I guess the age of people, but is it pretty much the same format or
I
is there
would
any
say
differences?
A little bit minus the fitness and the swimsuit.
Yeah, that's the big
That's the
difference.
They
And
don't
then
have it?
Also, it's like
It's-
It's just different.
For Miss as a swimsuit competition, but
Right.
for teen
We
there's
have
fitness
fitness.
competition, so
Oh,
they'll
cool.
wear leggings.
So we
and
wear pants,
like,
yeah.
bra or something.
So you're just kind of showing off like
They're-
the fitness, like
Mhm.
the, okay. Do you have to do like any
Abs,
acts of like, here's me doing like.
no, thank goodness.
anything?
I know there's some pageants actually
a
where they,
bodybuilding
they get to
competition.
like roll around, do push-ups, and they like jump in a circle,
Really?
do jumping jack.
Yeah,
You
some
see
like
those?
aerobic stuff where they're like
Yeah.
jumping on the off
Oh
the
my
floor.
goodness.
Thankfully for me, we don't have to do that.
A fit
So that's
test.
good.
But you're
That's good.
so you're a cheerleader though, and that
Yes.
takes a lot of athleticism. So, I mean, if you did have a, what are you a stunt person or like what role do you play?
I prefer being on the bottom because I'm scared of heights. So I like doing the lifting and being in control, like on the floor.
Okay, cool.
That's my.
But that would be like a pretty good like fitness routine where even like, hey, you do something and be
You're
fun.
a catcher.
you lift up. So you're like a base, but you're like lifting up another girl.
The
That'd be
one
fun.
man.
Have you ever seen that workout video where it's like punch the devil, kick the devil?
I haven't seen
And
that.
that you haven't seen that, and
But
then
I would like to.
And then the
I
old guys
haven't.
are in the background, like.
I haven't seen that.
I
I'll
haven't
have to
either.
find it for you. It's hilarious. It's like punch the devil, kick the devil.
I'd like
like
that,
the nerves
though.
on stage and stuff. I always fret like the little turn, like we walk out and do like a pivot.
Mm-hmm.
That one scares me. Like I practice all night in the hotel room.
Oh, I found my sister's FaceTiming me.
Answer it.
That's so funny. I could. That would be kind of funny.
Let's do it.
Okay. Hello. Hey, hang on. You're live on KHEA Radio.
Can we see it? Hey, Blaine,
Hey, hi, everybody. My sisters.
How you
Rita.
doing? We've
See,
heard so
I
much
was-
about you.
She was just talking about that one time, when you were little.
Oh my god.
And that incident at the mall.
What incident? Oh my gosh.
She told us about
Kidding. I always give her so much trouble about her
She's
FaceTime. She always FaceTimes me, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And so now she's like, never gonna FaceTime me again.
Put it right up to the camera.
Yeah, now you're on Facebook Live too.
Guys, this is great.
Are you proud of your sister?
Oh.
So proud.
Are you jealous? Do you sometimes steal her crown and wear it and be like, if only?
No, I don't steal her crown.
Yet.
She borrows it.
No, she took her path. And
Oh.
I'm proud of her. She's doing great.
Oh.
Are you in Houston right now, or where are you at?
Yes, I'm in Houston right now. I'm doing my makeup, about to go into work.
So
Well, just swing on in. Just come on and hang out with us.
We're in Lamarck.
Actually about to leave.
What kind of work do you do?
Well, I
It's a long story. She's gonna have a meltdown.
do marketing right now, but I'm actually about to hand in my resignation letter.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Hey, who's your employer so we
Put on
can
the makeup for that.
Tag him.
we'll tag them and let them
Getting
know.
juicy.
That's why I called you, Blaine, because I was going to read you what I'm going to say.
Oh, read it.
Oh.
Read it. Let's do it.
Tell them to turn on the radio.
Live.
Well, a little bit.
And on air too. You can call me later if you want.
We'll call them. We can call.
We'll call and do the resignation for you.
It'd be easier
Yeah.
that
So
way.
Blaine's
Let them
sister
handle
quits. She's not doing this anymore. Her 2 weeks is possible if you want to do a compensation package when she leaves.
We're really good at letting people down.
So funny. All right, I love you.
I love you, too. Y'all have
Talk-
fun. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Thank you for being a guest. Bye.
See you tomorrow. She needs a job. We could
Right?
We need some marketing. We can't pay
There you
them
go.
anything, but
There you
she
go.
wants to volunteer some marketing experience.
Yeah. That's cool.
So funny.
Marketing is a great career.
That was
Maybe
great.
not for your sister anymore.
I
This is
literally
perfect timing.
always call me because I FaceTimes. I'm not a big fan of FaceTimes, and I'm always so busy, so I don't really have time to. And it's better for me to just talk on the phone. And so she's literally never gonna FaceTime me again after that.
How did she do?
FaceTime my sister like that.
Did she have a mountain there? Or was she holding it and doing makeup with one hand, or did she just have it set up on the car?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
How does it look so clear whenever I FaceTime? I
It's
do not.
fuzzy, right?
Yeah.
Like all grainy. I know, mine never looks like
She
that
must be
either.
rocking that
She
AG.
she turns on her light on her front of
Yeah.
her camera, so that way she's got the ring light.
Yeah.
Every time she FaceTimes.
It's all about good lighting.
It is.
That's true.
And I don't look good anyway, so I need every help that I can get.
Lighting helps. That's one way. Or dark. Or shadows.
Shadow,
It
like
depends.
Turn off
Shadow.
the lights,
You can't
right?
Do you have any siblings you want to FaceTime?
No, my sister, I can't FaceTime her because she's not even talking to me. She's screenshotting all my bad angles. She's like, you look
Oh
like an
my
egg.
gosh.
I'm taking a picture.
My sister does that too,
So
and my brother,
sad.
and they'll send it to each other.
So you said you had the same. You have a younger brother
Yeah,
and
we
sister
do.
too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where's your sister work? But what does your brother do? Is he in
My brother he was going to Texas Tech and he moved back home. I think he's about to go to LIT. So he's kind of in a transition, finding out what he wants to do with his life.
Cool.
He's gonna be lit.
It will.
Lamar Institute of Technology.
Oh, lit.
That kind of lit.
That's cool.
funny.
Texas Tech. That's Lubbock, right?
Uh-huh.
Red Raiders.
Yeah, it was very far. I think that was one of the big things that he didn't like.
Yeah, I've heard
I wanted
mixed
to
things
go
about.
there, but then I was like, oh, it's so far. I always imagined myself going far away, and then I ended up going
Yeah.
45 minutes away from
Yeah.
home.
To U of H.
I
Huh?
went like 4 hours away.
Well, U of H is a great school.
Yeah.
I'm really liking it, and it's really coming up even more. So it's
What
great.
made you want to? Pick English to major in?
I've always really liked writing. It was more of my creative outlet, I guess. I was never really into math and stuff like that, so I was always into literature, reading, writing.
That's cool.
And I guess it gave me a little bit of flexibility, like finding what I want to do, what I love for a job.
Yeah. Okay. That's fun. Being an English major, I mean, do you have a desire to go into teaching or something?
No, I was kind of maybe going to use it as the basis for, I guess I wanted to go into law, so maybe for writing up contracts and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good. Awesome.
Oh, law. Law school. So following in the footsteps of your dad.
Right.
You're going to start with the
not the
English.
engineer part.
Yeah, English major,
Never.
lawyer, engineer.
You know, as I got older and I found out, hey, there's a couple careers where you can make a lot of money. Radio wasn't one. But
Radio is not one. Let's just
But
put
here
that
you
out
are.
there.
Better is it makes you happy.
engineering was one and the other one was a lawyer. And I've been told, like, Gardy, you don't have what it takes to be a lawyer by one of our ex-interns who is actually on staff. Remember, I brought this up, like,
Wow.
remember-
Yeah, she did.
I was like,
and we
man.
helped her. Let's take that back. Can we take it back helping her? Is that possible? I'm angry about this now.
Can't, no take backs on help.
You know, I just never felt that I would ever be more than just a radio DJ. Like, that's it. Like, that's all I...
Even as a young boy.
As a young boy, I was just like, I'm always going to just be a poor radio DJ.
This
I'm
is
just
it
a
for me.
poor radio DJ. Nobody loves me.
Wow. Blaine, like, I know you do a lot and you are switching, job careers and you making the move down to Houston. What do you see the future for yourself in career and just everything here in our area?
Yeah, definitely working with the media still. I love writing. I love doing what I'm doing with radio station. So using that outlet and also be with Blaine, expanding that, to a national level would be wonderful. And also just pursuing my career in the entertainment industry.
You should be like a professional.
Whenever I think of entertainment now, like I think of wrestling
Wrestling.
because
Like WWE or something.
yes,
Yeah?
Well,
World Wrestling Entertainment, and we do a lot of stuff with some of the local wrestling, and so that's I don't know. I always think of that.
I can
but-
kickbox, but not wrestling.
Well,
Not
there's a
that
great
kind of
wrestling
entertainment.
school, and kickboxing is a great, base if you wanted to pursue a wrestling career.
All right.
So
Good to know.
we'll make some calls.
Okay.
Just let us know.
Blaine
One out.
Can you
wrestling?
imagine?
Yeah, that'll be my new
She could have a crown.
segment.
Yeah.
It could be part of your persona, and it's just like who you are. You walk out with the crown, and it's like I'm Miss Houston.
I don't think Blaine has that, like,
Queen wrestler.
danger side
Yeah,
to her.
that's scary.
I can be tough.
See,
There you go.
I believe it.
Wow. I'm now thinking of Blaine differently as a wrestler. I could see it. I could see it now.
Great way to release your stress.
You know, another good way to relieve your stress is going to Axe Masters.
Oh, have y'all seen that? Like
I've heard
axe
of
throwing.
that, but I haven't been.
Have you seen that video? I think it's on Instagram of that girl throwing the axe and it bounces back at her head.
We did
But she ducks down.
just in time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I didn't see that. It's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
It's not that
That's
dangerous.
scary.
It's not that dangerous in real life. So Axe
Maybe for
Masters,
some people.
Axe Masters,
Yeah,
Texas.
You can't throw.
It's
I
fun.
can't throw.
It's fun. You should go do it. You should go try and do it sometime.
Yeah, there's some things I think that they didn't do that that they changed, like at Axe Masters, like. But yeah, there's rubber mats, and it saves your axes if you have them there. So whenever it hit, apparently she didn't throw it right, but it bounced off that, and they were like really trying to save the axe instead of looking at the safety of
Right.
the girl.
Well.
That was a close
That's great.
call.
Get it.
Yeah.
What's most important?
It's really hit
Yeah.
the floor.
Somebody made that video who doesn't like axe throwing. In all honesty,
Propaganda.
Propaganda. It's just like, I don't know. I was going to say something about like global warming or something, but I don't want to get anybody upset with me.
Thank you. Hey, is there anything else y'all like to share while y'all are here today?
We're just, excited and keep in touch with us. If you
Yeah.
have any questions, we're here.
How can somebody find y'all on social media if they want to follow you guys again?
They can either follow our personal or even at the
Or yeah.
Miss
or
Houston
Miss-
pageant
Okay.
on Instagram. That's typically when people want us for appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
You go on there and reach out to them.
Okay.
And the Instagram for the Miss Houston Instagram, that kind of showcases both of us together, and so it's a really good way for people to follow us and stay in touch to see both of our journeys together.
And to sign up for next year as well. Get a
Yeah.
little sneak peek at contestants for next year.
Yes.
So winning, Do y'all compete next year? Or you don't, right?
We compete in Texas and then no more Houston. We'll
Yeah,
crown next
so-
year's girls.
Okay, and then
That'll be
you will
exciting.
be involved. You're going to be there.
Yes.
Ideally as Miss Texas, and you'll be like, I'm Miss Texas.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
Here's the Houston crown. I don't need it anymore. Right?
By then our time will be up. But.
Yeah.
Do you guys most likely use Instagram more than you guys do Facebook, right? Why?
I don't know. It was easier for me to use personally. I'm not really big on I'm not really tech savvy or anything.
Yeah.
So it was easier to see the big buttons and know where to press. Kind of
Yeah.
the old person.
Yeah, I like Instagram because the photos. I really like showcasing photos, and I like keeping photos for my own personal record. I think Facebook though I had before. I'm actually more active, I guess, equally on both. But Facebook is great for keeping up with people. I have more family members on Facebook. Older friends on Facebook from college, and just when I was younger too. So both of them are great outlets.
Yeah. It's just interesting because Facebook started college only. I remember when it started, and then it kind of opened up, and how new social media comes into play and it evolves and different demographics use it. It's really fun
It's
to
almost
follow.
crazy because even now in high school, none of my friends really have Facebook. So all my old friends and stuff are on Instagram. We started middle school and made Instagram. That was our thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see that the generation changes with the social media, especially Snapchat now. I don't really do Snapchat because keeping up with Instagram and Facebook's enough for me.
Yeah.
But there's Snapchat, who my brother is more interested in that. He's a few years younger than me.
And then there's TikTok, and I don't even know what it is.
Oh my gosh. I downloaded that the other day, but I did not know how to use it. I was like,
I don't know what that is.
We were on vacation, and my girlfriend's niece was actually using, and she's 5.
there's some TikTok stars that are 8 years old and stuff.
And she was directing us. It was there was a song oh man, we sing it all the time now. I can't think of it, but she was saying no, you stand there, and was
you have to do
getting
this.
the thing, and then she was full of this energy. I'm like, where did you get this? I don't even have
For
this
the
much energy.
for the followers. Gotta give them what they want.
Gotta give the followers what they want. That's important.
Yes.
Oh man,
That is important.
Hey, we're gonna sew up the show today. I'm gonna go on the FM, and we're gonna just remind everybody how they can follow you on the FM as well, and we're gonna sew it up. Here we go. ALCC.org. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
and I'm Curt.
It's 10:50. We have Miss Houston. We got Blaine, and we have Miss Houston Teen. We got Rita in studio hanging out. How are y'all doing today?
Doing well. My voice cracked.
Doing good.
So we took a break. We had a lot of fun in the break.
Apparently talked to Blaine's sister,
We did.
who's apparently
Wait.
resigning from her position.
Oh no! There it goes.
Now it's on the FM, so it's now real life.
It's up there. She has to go through now.
Yeah.
So
So
what if she changes her mind
goodness.
and now it's on
I
there?
know. I'm just
She
kidding.
has more than one.
yeah.
Don't know which one.
So we're about out of time for today's show. If somebody's just tuning in or watching on Facebook, can you remind them or tell them for the first time how they can follow you guys in y'all's journey to becoming Miss Texas and Miss Texas Teen?
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, our Miss Houston Pageant Instagram handle. You can follow both of us on our journeys there, or you can go to the Miss Houston website, Miss Houston. I think it's MissHoustonPageant.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. Is there anything else y'all would like to share while y'all are here?
Nothing really except go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
That little promo.
There you go.
This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next is United. We're taking off. We got some filming to do at the Tech City Pumps. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day. We have a busy show tomorrow. We're going to be going to Bay Area Raceway to do our show live on location. We're teaming up on Saturday to take them down in the Texas Showdown at Bay Area Raceway Saturday at 1 o'clock. Stay tuned tomorrow at 8:30
Kurt,
to find out all those details.
Do we get a crown and a sash if we win that whole thing? That would be really cool.
That's what I'm talking about.
We'll work it out. This is 99.5 FM.
All right, bye, guys. Love you.
Bye.